No more. No more. Mrs. BXG is going to get pissed. All right. Are we live? Are we live in the cut? Looking for the, what? Are we live? We are live. Fighting out of the sold out arena in Las Vegas. It's time. What's up? What's up, MMA JAC? The boy, man. We are officially partnered. Well, nice, man. Sweet. That's sick, man. Nice. Hard work fucking pays off. Sweet, man. That's great to hear, honestly. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome, bro. Just in time for Strickland versus Hamzat as well. So you better you know what? You got to do the Joshua Van method this week. You might make, now that you're partnered, actually, you might make some bucks. You got to do the Joshua Van method. If you don't know what I'm talking about, bro, I don't know what it is about these Joshua Van fans. If you do like a stream or something and it has like Joshua Van in the title, let's say for this Saturday, oh, Joshua Van's going to win. Bro, the Myanmar fans, that's where he's from, they're going to like swarm your stream. So I'm telling you, bro, do the Joshua Van method. You might make a few $100 or something, or however it works. I don't know. But anyways, we will be making pennies off of Hamzat. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I don't want Hamzat to win. I don't want Hamzat to win, man. I really don't. If he wins, though, you know, it is what it is. But I don't know. I guess that's what we're going to talk about, right? When more people get in here, I want to talk about Hamzat versus, let's say Hamzat versus Dricus. Hamzat versus Taylor's 100% winning. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in Taylor winning. I mean, look, I think, like, obviously Van fans are very confident. I've seen them, you know, he's going to box Taylor's head off and, you know, I don't know. I think Taylor's going to win. Let me just fix my mic. I think Taylor is going to win. There you go. Wait, there you go. I think Taylor is going to win, but, like, there's definitely I don't know. I think Van has a good chance of winning, though, at the same time. I just feel like Taylor's grappling is, like, insanely good. You could say, though, maybe the Brandon Moreno win didn't age that well. Obviously, in hindsight, like, maybe Moreno was really washed, but then again, like, you know, he arguably could have beat Roy Val. That was a really close fight, and he was getting pieced up in that fight, to be fair, but his striking is seemingly improved. And I actually saw that he's working with Inoue. If you guys don't know Inoue, the boxer, I don't know if he's working with Inoue directly, but he's in the same gym as Inoue, at least for this camp. So it seems like he's in like he's going to use a lot of boxing, or maybe he's going to be prepared to use boxing if he has to, at the very least. I don't see him striking, though, but I think he's same with Hamzat. You'll see clips of Hamzat like striking and stuff with like Brendan Allen. It doesn't mean Hamzat wants to strike, but if he's going to strike, he'll be ready for it. I already put the house on Van. Oh, boy. I want Van to win, though, ultimately. I do want Van to win. I know he's getting a lot of hate right now, but I love Van. Tara is taking him down. Van's boxing. Since when did a boxer beat a grappler? Yeah. I mean, I got Tara. You don't got to convince me. I think Tara's going to win. And like you just said, right? Fuck, my stuttering today. And like you just said, right, it's like the whole grappler versus striker thing recently is like just, I mean, that's why Hamzat's probably going to win as well. It's just the grappler is completely mogging the striker in every single main event this year. Aljo versus Alal. We didn't really see that in Evloev versus Murphy, but I don't know why Evloev didn't grapple as much in the earlier rounds. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he could have easily probably won that fight. But Evloev still did win, obviously. What's another example? Oliveira versus Holloway is another example. You could even say like Moicano versus Duncan, kind of, because Moicano is a grappler. Gamrot versus Ribovic, right? A grappler versus striker. I mean, I can keep going. There's so many examples of like the grappler just beating the strikers nowadays. So yeah, Hamzat obviously versus Dricus last year. Islam versus, JDM last year. So yeah, I think that Van's gonna lose. I think he's gonna lose. I think that I think he's just too inexperienced for like, and he's very young, right? So he can obviously improve, but in my opinion, he's too inexperienced for the grappling of a guy like Taylor or even Pantoja, if and when that fight ever happens again, that rematch. But obviously he's ever so improving, so who knows? But I'm not really gonna bank on like his improvements as a way to like as a reason to pick him, you know. So let's see. I was watching this before I went live. The Embedded is actually up. The UFC Embedded. I don't think I can put it on the stream because the UFC likes to copyright like literally anything. I remember I played like a small clip of like Yuri Prohaska like training on Embedded, like a 15-second clip, and he was like running or something, and they literally copyrighted the video, so I had to cut the whole thing out. It's just like so the UFC loves to copyright. But I saw this. Sean Strickland is building a house or something, or he's like fixing his house. He's got a tractor, a mini tractor. What is he doing? So this is what Sean Strickland's doing. He's building his wall or something. Hamzat's. I haven't really watched Embedded in a while, so I'm kind of interested. What's up, John Jones? He says, Diddy wrestler beat Bieber striker. Diddy wrestler beat Bieber striker. I don't get it. Oh, like P. Diddy beat Justin Bieber? Is that what you're saying? Does Van have KO power or KO finishes? Oh, I've seen from Van striking his wars. Maybe I asked because maybe Van. No, I mean I've seen people say like Van has a lot of power, but nah, he's more of like a volume guy. He's kind of like JDM in a sense. Not to say he doesn't have KO power. Like I know he does have some finishes. Like he obviously has good power. We saw that in the Royval fight. But he doesn't, in my opinion, he doesn't have like this insane, like, I don't think he has as much power as like Manel Cap. I don't think so, right? I don't think he has as much power as Manel Cap, or maybe like, who's another good example? I mean, technically, he's much better than Kai Kara France, but Kai Kara France might actually have a little bit more power than him, maybe, right? But obviously, Van's a much better striker. So yeah, I don't know. Unless you're Sean Brady. That's a good point actually. That's a fight of like all the fights. Let me pull up the main card on my thing. Of all the fights that I'm like kind of torn on predicting, that's one that I'm like the most torn on, believe it or not, is Brady versus Buckley. It's doing my fucking head in. It's doing my head in because I'm like I don't know who to predict. It's not even like that big of a deal, right? Like whoever wins, but I mean, look, Hamzat versus Strickland, I'm pretty set on my prediction. Van versus Taylor, I'm set on my prediction. I'm most confident, I think, in Taylor winning out of anyone on this card, on the main card at least. Volkov, Waldo, I'm leaning towards Volkov, and Waldo is my guy. I'm not gonna do the whole he's Dominican. I'm just gonna pick him because he's Dominican, but he is my guy, obviously. I'm gonna lean towards Volkov, but I don't know. I could be convinced. Brady versus Buckley, I'm really torn on this one. Bobby Green versus Stevens. I think Bobby Green wins this one pretty comfortably. Teba wins this one easily. Joe Alvarez versus Amosov. I think Amosov is gonna grapple mog the fuck out of Joe Alvarez, to be honest with you, like badly. I think he's gonna submit him or something. Grant Dawson versus Rebecki. I'll lean towards Rebecki. I know he's been through a lot of wars, but Grant Dawson has been finished a lot as well, so it's not like he's never had damage done to him. Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon. Ooh, I didn't know this was on the card. What a random fight. I did not know this was on the card. I think they're both East Coast guys, so it makes sense. I think Gordon's an East Coast guy. I think Jim Miller's an East Coast guy too. Did my stream crash? No. Did it? No. Okay. So I'm gonna say Jared Gordon, I think. I'm kind of giving away my predictions. But anyways, let me stop. I honestly haven't even really looked at this card. I mean, I have, but like not like actually went through it. Like I forgot some of these people are on this card. But anyways, like I'm really torn on Buckley versus Brady. I don't know why. Like it's just like, cause Brady, I don't know, bro. They're each other's kryptonite stylistically, right? Cause Buckley, like he just got grapple mogged in his last fight. And then Brady just got finished in his last fight by a guy with decent power. So it's like, I don't know. Unless you're Sean Brady. Manel Cap, Fuk Adesanya. Yeah, remember when he said, "Your team is a." I can't say it. Your team is full of. I want to say it so bad, because it's the way he said it that was funny too. Your team is full of maggots. There you go. Close enough. But what else is going on? Drickus apparently is fighting Usman. Apparently his his fucking like his gym posted it or something, like they reposted it, so maybe they're just confirming it. I don't know. That's really, it's a small thing, but it's something, I guess. Carlos Prates for real dropped JDM and said, "Get up and I want to knock you out cold on your mom on your home turf." Brutal. I know, bro. What's up? Retarded, by the way, or retard, sorry, or ET. What's up, ET? Yeah, it's just like, yeah, his reasoning was he wanted the bonus, right? He just wanted the bonus. He's just a savage, bro. Like, Prates is a savage. I think he's awesome, man. I think he's awesome, and I think like I really do want to see him versus Islam Makachev. But on the flip side, I'm just worried that what's going to happen is probably going to happen. I think, look, Islam Makachev is undeniably a great fighter. He's a legend. He's one of the GOATs. Like, we can't deny this at this point, even as Islam haters. I'm not really an Islam hater, but people would probably classify me as such based off my videos. I don't like certain things he does, but I think overall he's a tremendous fighter. But it's hard for me to get excited about the idea of Prates versus Islam because of what will probably happen. Same with Gary versus Islam. Same with Morales versus Islam. It doesn't mean I'm not going to be hyped for those fights, but the hype definitely dwindles, you know, knowing what could probably and what probably will happen. Well, Morales is super big and smartly kept his hips away from Sean. Buckley is a short guy, so I'm sure Sean can. True. That's a good point as well. That's a good point. And I also feel like Buckley is not, though he does have like good power, it's not like he's not like a first of all, I don't think he's like a Prates guy where he's just gonna catch you and you go out cold like easily. But not just that, like I feel like sometimes he has to build to the finish, right? Like it took him 3 rounds to finish Wonder Boy. Then there's, let me look at his resume, right? Because there's guys that like Buckley just hasn't finished or like struggled to finish. Joaquin Buckley. Whereas I feel like Morales is just like a marauder, you know? Whereas I think Buckley sometimes, let me just look through his resume a little bit. Like, okay, he lost to Usman. Couldn't finish Covington, right? Not really the best look. Could not finish Colby Covington. Was beating him up, but could not finish him. Took 3 rounds to finish Wonder Boy. Couldn't finish Ruzaboyev. Finished Luque in round 2, but that was a really, really bad stoppage, if you remember that. It wasn't like a bad stoppage, but it was just like Luque kind of just gave up. It was a weird like stoppage, if you guys remember that. And then he didn't finish Alex Morono. He took Alex Morono to a decision. And then Fialho, he finished in round 2. This is back. This is like 2023, right? And then Chris Curtis, he finished. He actually got finished by Chris Curtis. You know what? I'm picking Brady. I'm picking Brady. I'm picking Brady. And I like Buckley. I like Buckley a lot. I'm actually a fan of Buckley. But I'm looking through his resume and I'm like it's like, okay, Wonder Boy, then a doctor stoppage against Colby Covington, and then you lost to Usman. It's like, those are, I don't know, bro. Those are his last 3 fights, man. And I know Sean Brady's resume isn't like the craziest, but like at least it's like, let's see Sean Brady's resume. Okay, lost to Morales, which is not like, no shame in that. Just completely mogged Leon Edwards in one of the best, most dominant grappling performances of 2025. Then he submitted, no, he actually did not submit Gilbert Burns, but obviously he out-grappled him. He submitted Gastelum, but then he lost to Bilal. He lost to Bilal, though, via finish as well. It's the Bilal fight that fucks it up, though. Fuck, dude. I don't know. I'm going to lean towards Brady, I think. I'm going to settle on the Sean Brady pick. I think so. All right, let's move on from that. Well, Morales is super big and smartly. Yeah. Van relies on volume for KOs. That's going to be hard while he's being hesitant on being... Yeah, true. Yeah, when he opens up, he's just going to get taken down, I think, or just going to get clinched up and then probably just tripped. I think Terra's going to win. I'm pretty confident in that. Of any of my main card picks, except for like Bobby Green, I think I'm pretty confident Bobby Green's going to win too. But I'm really confident that Taylor is going to submit Joshua Van, or at the very least, just grapple mock him, you know? Hey, BXG, what's up, George? He says, hey, BXG, I want Buckley to win because it'll make Kamaru Usman look better. That is true. That is true. That is true. It would make him look better. I like him. I like Buckley. I like Brady as well. I like them equally, to be honest with you. Yo, Fight Society, he says, yo, bro, great vid about karate combat. I appreciate that, man. Make sure you guys go check out Fight Society. Fucking legend. He's got some great videos. I subscribe to him. I watch his videos sometimes. So I know he did a collab with my guy No Bromo as well. That was great. So yeah, make sure you boys go check out Fight fucking Society. Fucking G. I appreciate you for watching, man. I appreciate that. That was a solid video, I thought, as well. Prates versus Morales, and winner gets winner of Islam and Ian. Prates versus Morales, and winner gets Prates versus Morales, okay, and winner gets winner of Islam. Personally, like I think Prates has done much more than Morales, but I think if you want to keep both guys active, that fight does make sense, right? Now, I personally think Morales is probably going to fight. Actually, I don't know, because I kind of feel like he has a fight coming up. But I don't know. Because I saw like some pictures of him with like, I think it was like Hunter Campbell and his manager, and I'm like, okay, maybe he just signed the contract for something. But then he posted something about Prates, so maybe then there was rumors of him fighting Islam, but that's been kind of debunked. It's clearly Ian Gary, so it's kind of like, I don't know. Also, Hamzat is going down in the 4th round. I'm gonna watch some Strickland tape. I saw the UFC are posting like a compilation of Strickland's fights. I might just watch them separately, anyways. But I want to watch some Sean Strickland tape to try to convince myself in some way to pick him. But that's just my heart, wanting to pick him. My brain is really just screaming at me to pick Hamzat Chimaev. I want Buckley to be good as fuck and join the warlords like Islam, Ian, Carlos, and Morales, but I feel like Buckley's missing something. I kind of agree as well. I kind of agree with you as well, to be honest. Like, there is something kind of missing from him. He has power. He has solid striking. He's decently dynamic. Not the most dynamic, but decently dynamic. But his wrestling is clearly an issue. And also, like, even though he has decent, like, offensive wrestling, clearly his defensive wrestling is not the best. I don't know. I don't know really what's up with Buckley. Maybe better fight IQ. I don't know. But I do want him to be up there with those names as well. And I think at one point, like, I was like, oh, Buckley's going to be in the conversation with the guys like JDM and, well, JDM not anymore, but, JDM and Islam and Ian and Carlos and Morales. But now it's kind of like, I don't know. Made a video about the same karate combat stuff. Shouted you out. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Holy shit. Thank you, Fight Society. The fucking GOAT. I appreciate that, brother. Much love. My dogs are barking. I think they're I think they're hyped too. Let me mute myself 1 sec. Okay, I think they're good now. I don't know why they're barking. Is it some YN? What do you guys think? I get scared sometimes. I'm scared. Shit. What just happened? My chat just crashed. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a bit disrespectful. Damn, I gotta shave my pits. You guys see that? Don't look. But I gotta shave my pits. Again, I appreciate that, Fight Society. The thing about Taylor, he really doesn't like getting hit. Rival was rocking him hard and dropped Van, and Van has more sting to his punches. Maybe Van can rock him enough to win rounds in a close decision. That's a good point. That is a good point. I don't know. I almost just feel like, but then it's like, okay, but like Hamzat Chimaev doesn't like getting hit, right? We've seen that against guys like Gilbert Burns a little bit, even though that was a bit of a back and forth fight. Like when Hamzat gets hit, he kind of like goes away a little bit. I just bring that up to say, like, I feel like if given the chance, Van can land on him. But like, I feel like the grappling might be there might be such a big grappling difference that he might not even get the chance to land. I mean, he's gonna land something. Surely he's gonna land something on Taylor. but I feel like he might not really get a lot of chances to land, right? Is what I'm trying to say. I could have sworn, I swear, I could have, I could have sworn, I swear it was supposed to be JDM versus Morales. Maybe, you know what? You're right, actually. Because I remember something like that, too. You're right. JDM versus Morales. Yeah, you're actually right. You're right, actually. Yeah, because I remember seeing, like, oh, that this is in the works or something. You are right. I remember that as well. Oh, yeah, you know what? Because Morales said it, right? Morales was like, oh, yeah, they're planning on me facing JDM in the summer or something. And then they obviously pivoted. I do remember JDM versus Morales also. Yeah, that was supposed to happen. You are right. You are right. I probably would have went with Morales, to be honest. Especially afterwards, but even before. But I think Process is much more cleaner than Morales. So maybe JDM could have just boxed up Morales, but it's really tough for me to say that now. I don't know. I feel bad for JDM. He's in a weird spot, right? Where it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who I could see JDM beating out of these top guys. You know? Like, he could beat like a Buckley or a Brady, but it's like, I don't know, bro. I just don't know. It's tough now. Especially because I don't want to make fun of him because I love JDM, but I do feel like his mentality is not fully there. I don't know what it is. I do feel like he gets in his own head a little bit, you know? Or what it is, I don't know. But I feel like JDM, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be the same after the Islam loss. Then the Process loss as well. It's like 2 losses back to back like that. You just got finished in your home country. He was visibly wincing, visibly like kind of, I don't want to say crying, but he looked pretty upset. I don't know, man. I don't know. Taira won't bring the belt back to Japan because Horiguchi. Ooh, I love Horiguchi. I'd rather Horiguchi than Taira, actually. Karate Combat had an avenue, but all their bad business and BS gimmicks allowed DBX to take those fans. Yep. Yeah, plus DBX has the John Jones thing. They obviously have like a John Jones cosign. I think he's like a part owner, right? So they have like the John Jones cosign, I guess, which definitely helps, right? Because all the, oh yeah, John Jones, man. It's John Jones, man. Impression of saying to a non-MMA fan that I love... I don't know if I want to do this. I don't think I've ever made that I love watching, that joke. It's a bit too much. Like, I'll do it. Impression of saying to an MMA. Man, I just did you see the fights on Saturday? No, what fights? The one with CP, man. I just love watching CP fight, man. You love watching CP, and then he just calls the cops. All right, I tried, but it's a weird one. Sorry, that's just a weird one. I appreciate it though. Van's gonna sleep him. JDM is a bottom 15 guy stuck in the top 5 of Sharks. Ooh, that's a hot take. So you think JDM is not top 5 worthy? That's interesting. Cedric Dumas is outside. Well, if that's the case, I mean, do you guys think I could take Cedric Dumas? I don't know. But he probably would just use a gun on me. I think he was still spooked by Islam. Who? You think he was still spooked by Islam? Oh, JDM? Maybe honestly, like he's... I mean, like we spoke about this like in the last stream, I believe, in the perf stream, where it was like, like he was kind of backing up against Process in the face-off, and like, you could say that maybe he was scared. I don't think he was scared, but you could maybe make an argument that he was. If Buckley beats Sean, Buckley versus JDM seems like a pretty good matchup. Yeah, I think the winner of Buckley versus Brady would be perfect for JDM, right? Especially scheduling-wise, right? Japanese motherfuckers do be crying low. True. I left my MMA Joey video for this. I appreciate it. What's up, Abraham? I love JDM, but I think in hindsight, his title run was slightly a fluke. The Leon head kick on Usman created a weird ripple effect at that division that opened the door for Leon below. I think I agree with you. I do think it's like a perfectly circumstantial title win in a sense that, stylistically, though Bilal was a tough fight for a lot of guys, it's not the worst matchup for JDM. He's not, Bilal's not like got the best jiu-jitsu or the best power or anything, right? And he obviously does like to strike sometimes. So it's a pretty favorable matchup towards Jack. And so I feel like it's a circumstantial thing where like the circumstances just kind of perfectly aligned for JDM. You know, he was coming off of a Gilbert Burns win, right, from like a year prior. And obviously Shafkat was injured. Then Bilal got injured, I believe, as well or something. I forgot how it was. I think like Bilal got injured. No, Bilal got injured first. Then I think Shafkat got injured after Bilal, right? So that fight just never, right? And then JDM kind of is like the obvious next guy. And yeah, I don't know. How long you been live for? Not that long, like 30 minutes, almost 30 minutes. So you didn't really miss much. Yeah, what's up, Fight Society, man? He's the boy is spending some time with us. That's nice. I appreciate it, man. It's crazy that he was a champ and now I don't see JDM beat. Yeah, it is crazy how fast the division moves, right? Where it's like, to me, JDM was like a guy where I was like, this guy could be like one of the welterweight goats, you know? And then it's like, now it's like, does this guy even beat, I don't know, does this guy even beat fucking like Leon Edwards? No, I don't know. I think he would beat like a Leon Edwards, but I wouldn't be that confident either. I really wouldn't be that confident that he would beat Leon. Like, I would pick him probably to beat Leon, but I wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, bet the house on it. Hell no. Do Mastu power slap, I hope. That'd be fucking hilarious. I think we do JDM Magny. Yeah, perfect. Let's get him a fucking win. Crisis King, what's up, Fear God, Hate Evil? Base name, my boy. Then JDM Chandler. JDM Chandler, then JDM Dariush, then JDM freaking Chris Duncan. Then let's do JDM versus a flyweight coming up. Fight Society is here. What's up? What's up, Keandre? Did you see Shafkat's legs? Yes, they are literally, he's literally John Jones maxing with his stick legs. No, like, all jokes aside, bro, like, I said this in a video like a few weeks ago or a few months ago at this point, but he's done. Like, he really is done. He should retire, in my opinion. As sad as it is to say, like, it's going to be, 3-4 years by the time he comes back. His legs are... And I like Shafkat. I was really... One of my dream fights back in, like, I say back in the day, but when they were both coming up, was Shafkat versus Hamzat Chimaev. That was one of my dream fights. Was it ever possible? Probably not, but it was one of those fights I really wanted to see. That's when I still loved Hamzat Chimaev, by the way. That's when I was a big Hamzat Chimaev fan. MMA Shea said JDM should think about if he can move down to lightweight. I don't think he physically can. I don't know. He might be one of those guys where his frame is just... Maybe he could try to, but he's such a big guy, bro. He's a pretty... I know he's shorter, but he's a pretty big guy. What's up, Meat Rocket? The boy Meat Rocket is here. He says, I wish Gizmo was here. Gizmo is right above you, actually. He's literally right there. Mark my words, Hamzat will beat Strickland. Really? No, I'm joking. No, yeah, I agree with you, Yuri. I agree with you. You can all doubt me, but you will all be proven wrong. No, man, I didn't think of that. No, obviously, I think Hamzat's going to beat Strickland, and it pisses me off, but yes. Well, at least JDM was a decent active champ and not a fucking one fight a year. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, like JDM would have probably had... Yeah, JDM, if he would have beat Islam, would have like fought like earlier this year, would probably have a fight scheduled for like the end of the summer. Like, yeah, JDM would have probably been very active. I agree with you. So that sucks. But we can't have it, you know, it is what it is. It's not a perfect world. We can't have it our way. Because I love JDM. I love JDM. I will continue to love JDM. And yeah, JDM versus Chandler would be sick. Like, unironically, that'd probably be pretty good. JDM versus Chandler. Like, all jokes aside, did you see the Sean Strickland shirt? No. What is it? Should I search this up? Like, what is it? I'm on Twitter. Alex Pereira getting help from Towson Teixeira. Why is Alex Pereira training with Towson Teixeira of all the heavyweights? Of all the heavyweights. Yo, what do you guys think of Dricus versus Usman? It seems like this fight is like, there's a lot of rumors about it. Oh, mark my words. Wait, I missed a lot of you guys are fucking... There's 30 of you boys in here, apparently. There's... What the fuck? My fucking tongue is tied. There's apparently 30 of you guys here, so that's insane. I love you boys. Mark my words, you're retarded is a super offensive nickname. All right, Mr. Communist profile pic. Not the same weight class, casual. No, I know, but like I think if Chandler moved up or if JDM moved down, That'd be a good fight. Do you see any other way than a puncher's chance of Carlos beating Islam? Mm, do I think Carl like? Oh, that's a good question. That's a great question. I feel like I don't know. I really don't know. I think his timing is very good. Like I think he could time some knees and stuff. And I think if he was really using the calf kicks, which obviously a lot of strikers don't like to use kicks against grapplers for obvious reasons. Obviously the takedown, it opens up the, grabbing the leg and then sweeping you and blah, blah, blah. You get it, right? Technical shit. But I feel like if Prates could use some calf kicks, maybe time some knees up the middle, maybe, but it's like, or if he could like survive and then like in like the later round just try to tee off on Islam, it just, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'll say this. I don't think he'll get submitted. I don't think he'll get submitted. If he does get submitted, it'll be in the later rounds. It'll be like a late round submission for Islam. I think it would just be. I'll say this. So I'm pretty confident Ian Gary's not going to get submitted. And in fact, I think Ian Gary is going to put on a. He's going to put up a really tough fight against Islam Makachev. That's my prediction. I know a lot of you guys agree. I think Ian Gary is going to be one of Islam's hardest fights since like the first Volkanovski fight. That's my prediction. I don't think it's going to be a war necessarily, but I think Ian Gary's going to be like tough to finish. He's going to be like kind of weird to fight. He's going to probably be elusive. Like I think he's going to give Islam some problems, I really do. Meat is a soy lib. What are y'all talking about? Strickland pops the jab and keeps his standing. I really wish, bro. JDM would literally have to cut an arm and yeah, I think he's too big, man. JDM's endurance at lightweight would be questionable. Yeah, that's true, bro. Like, honestly, his chin might be cooked down there. His endurance, yeah, that's a good point. I think he should stay at 170, honestly, man. I really do think so because I think, like, Prates, for example, is not the biggest 170-pounder. Even though people say he's, like, a weight bully, he's really not. Like, he's kind of a perfect welterweight. He's just tall and lanky, but he's really not, like, that big of a guy. But I feel like if Prates was, like, went down a weight class or something, even though I don't think he physically could. I just think like guys like Prates, there's certain guys in certain weight classes where their weight class is perfect for them, for their chin and for their endurance. I think that's why Prates has such good cardio and such a good chin is because of the fact that he fights at his, proper weight class. Which is not like anything crazy that I'm saying, but I'm just saying. I think like Poirier, for example, Poirier fought at 155 and like, that's why he had such a good chin, I think. Even though as his career went on, he got a little bit bigger and bigger. JDM's endurance. I'm going to celebrate almost as hard as when Yan beat Merab, when Sean beats the go. I appreciate your guys' enthusiasm and your guys' hope, but something about deporting people, DDP wins. I think so too. I'll beat my set. Okay. What if Hamzat's weak to the... Fuck. I was reading that. Fuck. What if Hamzat is weak to the body and Strickland does the same thing to him as he did Fluffy? Well, I guess Hamzat really doesn't have a history of being weak to the body. But what's up, Gaz? What's up, my guy? He said, sup, my ninja. What if Hamzat is weak to the body? There's a possibility. I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I want to watch some tape before I do my prediction video, which I'll probably record after this stream. Jeremy Stevens is sparking Bobby Green. Really? Okay. I got Green in that one, but that's an interesting prediction. I don't mind that. I love Jeremy Stevens. Actually, I probably would rather... I like Bobby Green more than Jeremy Stevens, I think, actually. I often find that a flying knee solves that grappling problem. Yeah, it's just nobody can time it, though. Like, barely anyone can time it. Did you see what people are saying about Alex's build? The video Alex reacting to himself being on the cover of Six. I saw that video. Yeah, they're saying he's fat or whatever, right? I'm guessing. I'm guessing they're saying he's fat. He's slimming down. Like his camp just started, right? I think everyone's camp just started. So, he's gonna slim down. Obviously, he's still gonna cut a little bit of weight. I'm not really worried about his build, to be honest with you. Bobby will be too slick for Stevens. I think so as well. I don't want Jeremy Stevens to beat King. I'll make Zellhuber look absolutely horrendous. True, yeah. Free clavicular. What's up, Pi? I don't know. Is clavicular arrested? What did he snort this time? Ian Gary will be 100% a problem against Islam. I think so, yeah. I really do think so. Pratis isn't a weight bully. He's a range bully. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I think that's fair. Mark Vologden is a weight bully. The guy's... yeah, he should be like a... I guess he should be a flyweight, but he's so jacked, right? Pratis gets absolutely bleeped by Islam. Giving him a title shot is mental. Yeah, I don't like it, man. I know a lot of people are like, no, just give it to Pratis. But it's like, bro, Ian Gary has a win over Pratis. Like, he has a win over Carlos Pratis. You have to give it to Ian Gary. Like, I love Pratis. I'm rooting for him. I love the guy. Like, he's awesome. He's my favorite 170 fighter now, at this point, probably. My favorite welterweight at this point. And it's like, you have to give it to Ian Gary, bro. Like, what more does he have to do? He beat Bilal, former champ. He beat Pratis, who just beat JDM. You know, it's like, it's only fair. JDM versus Islam was good. JDM versus Islam was good for Islam because Jack is not tiny, but still small-ish for 170 compared to Gary. True. I agree with that. Fight Society. I almost feel like JDM was like the perfect. Yeah, JDM really was the perfect guy for him to move up and fight because now everyone else going forward is going to be really tall, really rangy. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think, like, for example, like, Islam versus Morales, if and when that fight happens, is going to look pretty weird in the octagon because Morales is, like, 220 outside of the cage, right? Like, outside of camp, he's, like, 220. So I feel like that's going to look like a freak show of a fight almost, right? Obviously, Islam is no slouch in terms of size, pause, but I do think that's going to be like a pretty big size difference. So I'm curious how he does with that, obviously. If MMA Joey was in the UFC, he would be a weight bully at heavyweight. Yeah, he needs his own fucking division. Joey weight. JDM's the type of guy that would do great at a 160. Yep, I agree with that. I really don't know why they've like not consider doing a 165-pound division. Like, honestly, it's kind of crazy. Morales is the only hope to be Islam. I agree. I think so. I agree. Strickland is going to win. My voice just cracked. I hope so. I really hope so. Strickland will not win, says you're retarded. Do you think Strickland is racist? No, I think he's just retarded. I think he's just like brash. Is that the proper word? I don't know. I think he's just vulgar. Like, do I think he's like a legit race? Like, I don't know. I guess probably he is, but also I don't think like if he saw like a black guy or like a Muslim guy, he would like assault them. I think he's just an asshole. But I don't think he's like a legit like racist, like, oh, these N-words or these Muslims. My locks of the week are Teba and Hamzat. Okay, I probably agree with you. For me, I'm really confident in Tara. As much as I would love to say that Strickland is going to win, realistically, Hamzat, yeah. Pratis has long arms for his body and weight. He's got like really long legs too, but he also doesn't have the biggest torso. He's got like kind of a compressed torso. His build is crazy, but like, no offense, but his build is insane. But like, he's awesome. The hardest hitting 145, aka Mr. Wu. Mr. Who the fuck is that guy? Yo, what's up, bro? I was in the last live stream, but I was so tired I only say, what's up, Decorium? What's up, my guy? It's all right, man. I appreciate you for checking it out at all. I picked Hamzat, but I can't shake the feeling that same, bro. Same, guys. Same. Literally same. Bro. Like, it's like, I'm going to pick Hamzat as well. I haven't obviously posted my thing yet, but I'm going to pick Hamzat. But, like, there's just something that keeps flashing in my head of, like, Strickland fluking it. Or not even fluking it, but just, like shocking everybody, outclassing Hamzat, making Hamzat look like, wait, this guy was actually good? But on the flip side, bro, I could actually see the opposite happening, where maybe Hamzat just easily destroys Strickland, and we kind of are like, oh, yeah, there that is, right? There that goes. There's that fight. BXG Hawani and Fight Society are my favorite MMA YouTubers. It's kind of like people saying that Aljo deserves a title shot over Movsar. Yes, I agree. Now, do I think Aljo versus Volk is like if it was me personally, would I rather see Aljo versus Volk? Yes. But do I think he deserves it more? No. But like just as a fight, like a pure what would I rather see? Aljo versus Volk, because both are legends, both are like GOATs. Obviously not like top 5 GOATs, but like, you know, they're in the top 20 goats, top 30 maybe. So like I'd love to see Aljo versus Volk. Van, yes, Van. Apparently the UFC 6 trailer is gonna come out tomorrow. Okay, I might do a reaction for that. BXG Hawani is my favorite LGBT. Van. Okay, what's up, Derek? He's my Enmar fan maxing. I hit mad PRs in the gym recently, bro. That's nice, man. I was in the gym earlier today, man. My shoulders are cooked, my chest is cooked. My voice is cracked as well. I've been taking some supplements. Okay, no, I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking, but I've been taking like creatine, okay? Like just creatine and like a lot of vitamins and stuff. So I'm trying to like actually lock in. Because I've been focusing so much on the channel and so much on the channel that I've kind of been slacking on my physical stuff, so I've been really locking in, because I don't want to end up like a MMA Joey and just be like a fat fuck. Apparently UFC my locks are Ozzy and Strickland. Okay, Josh Hogan versus Joey via via deadly fart. I hit 225 on bench. Nice, man. Nice. You're fucking stronger than me, I think. MMA Joey would be great in the planet weight division. Yeah, MMA Joey on the fucking galaxy weight. Nah, Joey, man, he's a fucking he's an interesting character, man. I like that we have him in this space, whether we like him or not. I do like that he exists. Hot take: Ian Gary would be the closest person to beating Islam. I agree, and you know what, Decorium? I don't know. Did I say this in my stream or something? I have the same feeling. I feel like Ian Gary versus Islam is going to be really close, and I could see Islam Makachev retiring afterwards. I could see him like with like a black eye or a cut on his eye. Brother, I think that's it, brother. I think I'm done, brother. And like I could just see Islam retiring after that fight. I don't know why. I could see it as well. Where the fuck are these Ian Gary fans coming from? I don't know. I mean, I like Ian Gary. Like, Ian Gary made me a fan, to be honest with you. Because I liked him at first. Then he kind of got a little bit boring. And then the whole cuck thing happened. And I was like, oh, fuck this guy. And then, like, what fight was it that I kind of started respecting him? I guess the Protest fight. Or even the Shafkat fight. The Shafkat fight, because he took it on short notice. He had a decent, he was decently tough, I guess. Because I thought Shafkat was going to destroy Ian Gary. And then Ian Gary ended up, like, making it close. So then I was like, okay. And then obviously he beat Protest. And I was like, okay, damn. And obviously at the time I was really coping and really angry about it. And I was shitting on it. But, like, looking back, like, it was a tremendous performance. And then he had a fun fight with Bilal Muhammad. So, like, he's been on a good little run of, like, good performances and stuff. So he's earned my respect, honestly. MMA Joey would be Anthony Smith maxing at heavyweight. Who's your pick, Waldo or Volkov? That one is kind of, I'm torn on that one. I'm leaning towards Volkov, though. He has such a good resume. Waldo obviously is in a good form. He's very active. He has good power, solid grappling, but I don't know, bro. Waldo's a bit of I could see that fight stinking as well because both guys kind of like to be on the outside sometimes. Win the welterweight title is what we. Win the welterweight title is what. What's up, Stale Cheese, by the way? Win the welterweight title is what he did. He's a brave Italian-Australian MMA fighter. Okay, wait, let me do the impression. Win the welterweight title is what he did. This is really bad. He's a brave Italian-Australian MMA fighter. No, that's really bad. I'm sorry. I can't even continue this. And on this stream, Giacomo Del Natalino is a hero. End of story. Oh, that's the fucking, And on this, I can't do it. Fuck. That's the Tony Soprano one. I know that one. I can't do it, though. Same, I'm caught between both scenarios, yeah. If you hate on Ian Gary, you're just low-key, yeah. I'm not an Ian Gary hater no more. I used to be, but not anymore. Definitely not. Would probably beat most. MMA Joey's a hemorrhoid. Bro, Volk is easily top 5 all time. I agree. I know the Peter Yan knee was a shitty way to win, but Aljo doesn't get enough love. I agree as well. I agree, Fight Society. I love Aljamain Sterling. I wouldn't say I love him, but I really do like him. Maybe I do love him. I love Aljo, man. He's awesome. I mean, I was rooting for him to beat Zalal. I picked him to beat Zalal. And I feel like he is a little bit disrespected. I think his personality is not that bad. And I think he seems like a cool guy. Even though he kind of copes sometimes for, like, Marab. And he coped for, like, Marab. And he shitted on, like, Tom Aspinall's eye injury and blah, blah, blah. But, like, some of his takes suck. But, like, overall, like, he seems like a good guy. And I like his fighting style for the most part, right? For the most part. Creatine is goated, yeah. Yeah, I'm taking some creatine. BXG TRT maxing. No, not yet. Wait till I'm like 80. Not 80, like 50. I love Aljo's mindset. Would you ever do collabs with somebody with similar humor and vocabulary as you and over like 1K subs? Yeah, I mean, sure. Sure. I'm not like a massive collab guy, I'll be honest. I think I'm just too maybe I'm just too antisocial, I don't know, but I kind of just keep to myself a little bit, but I wouldn't mind doing it. I'll probably collab with Bromo sometime soon. I think like me and Bromo, and I think maybe we'll try to get like some other MMA YouTubers in there. Maybe that could be the play. Hoket and Joey look like each other. Nah, bro. Hoket Moggs, bro. Hoket Moggs. Gorlock Division. Yeah. Damn, there's a lot of fucking chats. Hold on. Gary gets subbed in 2. No, I think Gary would survive past round 2. Has John Pork been on a numbered card yet? Apparently he's facing... Well, apparently he was facing Rebecca, but Rebecca's about to fight. No, not Rebecca. Who is it? There was a rumored fight for John Pork, but I don't know who it is. Not Rebecca. Who was it? Maybe it was Rebecca, and they kind of just, I don't know. But I know he had a rumored fight against somebody. I think Islam is going to rematch if he loses. He's going to get a rematch if he loses. Against who? Against Ian Gary? My favorite MMA content creators are MMA Joey, and MMA Joey. Have you seen the clip of Ian Gary telling Jamal Hill? Yeah, he's like, didn't he say like I think his wife also like backed it up. She was like, yeah, he tells me all the time or something. But he was like, yeah, you're black skin. And I do remember that. I don't know exactly what he said, but I do remember that clip. And Jamal Hill kind of was like, I don't know, I think Jamal Hill thought he was joking at first, and then Ian Gary kind of like kept going because I don't think Ian Gary was joking. So like it was kind of a weird thing for Jamal Hill, I think. If we didn't have MMA Joey and Kenny in the space, who else would we have to laugh at? I agree. I think they're good to exist. Holy fuck, I'm kind of behind right now. I think Gary versus Makachev, yes. I deadass have those guys blocked for years. MMA Joe is actually a small person. People call Ian Gary cuck, and yeah, his relationship with Bill Matter. That's other guys, but he's good. That is true. Remember when Cyril obliterated Volkov? No, that didn't happen. A bold prediction: Protest will fight Morales for the vacant belt by the end of the year. Islam is going to retire. I think so. Is Fight Society still beefing with Joe Pyfer? That was a great video. I saw a little bit of that, yeah. Okay, I'm caught up now. Thank God. Whew. Yeah, Aljo was being slept on going into the Zalal fight. Yep. Yo, can you live stream UFC 6 on release? No, I can't. I cannot. No. I have an Xbox One, right? It's right here. It's right under this microphone. And you need like an Xbox Series whatever to play, or like a PS5, right? Is it PS5 or 6 at this point? PS5, I think. So I'm like kind of behind on like consoles. I don't have a PC either. I have a freaking laptop in front of me, so I'm not making the big bucks yet. I'm not making a guru bucks yet, so sadly, not yet. But I would like to. MMA community Kumite soon. Speaking of Kumite, I've been watching I know the show is kind of like cringe to some people. I've been watching Cobra Kai, the show. It's kind of good, bro. It is kind of good. Like, you guys can't lie. It's pretty fucking good. I think Aljo could beat Gene Silva. I agree. I think Aljo's really good. That's hilarious, bro. Yeah, was being a little bitch in those DMs. You should make a tier list of all the most hated MMA fighters and rank them by how much they deserve the hate. That's actually not a bad idea. I'm going to pay you for that one. I'm going to screenshot that. I haven't done a tier list in like a year. I haven't done a tier list in so long, bro. I haven't done a tier list in like so long. That's not a bad idea as a tier list, honestly. That's actually not a bad idea at all. Because then I could say like, okay, Ian Gary, does he deserve the hate? No. You know what? That's actually a good point, because I do feel like a lot of MMA fighters are way overhated. And so, you know what? That's a great video idea. I appreciate that, man. I'm going to actually consider doing that. I want to probably get my predictions out the way this week, but maybe after that. But I screenshotted it. There's a huge skill gap in the grappling from shoot the box to Dagestan. True. The brothers versus the, you should start doing live stream UFC 6 fights when it drops. I feel like your subs would go up because people would want to see the gameplay. Yeah, again, I have an old Xbox. If he could backpack for If he could backpack Peter Yan and Corey Sandhagen, he could definitely backpack Gene Silva. I really do think he has a good shot at it. A great shot. Fight Society, man. Sorry, I fucking screamed in the mic. Fight Society. Thank you for the 5, my guy. I'm hopping off, brother, but keep doing your thing. Great content. Talk soon, my fucking guy. Fight Society. Make sure you guys go check out the fucking boy. Thank you so much for the 5, man. I really appreciate that. I'm going to give you a like. I can't like it, but I'll heart it. There you go. Give you a heart. Make sure you guys go check out Fight Society. Fucking legend. And, yeah, he cooked Joe Pyfer. He's beefing with Joe Pyfer, which is pretty crazy. Joe Pyfer fucking, my voice just, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck? Joe Pyfer, sorry, the 5 has got me fucking going crazy. Joe Pyfer, low-key be beefing with like every MMA YouTuber, right? He was beefing with like Lucas Tracy, so, Fight Society. I appreciate it. My guy. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much, man. Apparently, let me scroll up a little bit, though. It's Jean Pork versus Super Sadiq Youssef. Oh, that makes kind of sense. Volk is bad for the sport. Okay. Apparently, Kenny and Bedtime want to have an MMA match. Oh, I mean, Bedtime would, come on, bro. Bedtime would, no. It's not even. That Joe Pyfer Fight Society beef is hilarious. It was pretty good, yeah. Again, thank you, Fight Society, my guy. Let me scroll up a bit. How much you want to bet that UFC 6 roster won't be updated? I don't think it will be. I think, again, I said this. I think there's going to be fighters that are just, where's this guy? Where's Alexandre? I bet you Alexandre Topuria won't make the game or something. Some names that I actually want to play as, even though I can't play the game, but Alexandre Topuria will probably make the game. Or probably won't make the game. I don't know. I could see some names that I actually do want to use. Not even I could see Earl Smedic not being in the game or something. I could see Earl Smedic not making the game for some reason. I don't know why. Cobra Kai is a decent watch. It's a pretty good show. I like it. It'll be the same roster as UFC 5 at launch. I bet you, bro. I bet you. If we get you to 10K by the end of the summer, can you get a PS5? Well, I'm more of an Xbox guy, but I mean, I could. I probably could get one. Yeah, probably. Either that or a newer Xbox. Yeah, probably. Bedtime would blob Kenny. Because once you're I feel like for MMA YouTubers, once you hit 10K, I feel like you're pretty. You're not set per se, but you're probably doing okay for yourself after 10K. You'll consistently do well over 1,000 views probably per video. You have a good fan base at that point, stuff like that, Bedtime would blob Kenny, I think Bedtime would destroy Kenny. Yeah, people forget, man. Wonder Boy and Woodley played in Cobra Kai. Oh yeah, I remember that episode. They were I don't remember what they were doing, but they were in a Cobra Kai. Yeah, Joe Pyfer was beefing with Dougie's Corner too, bro. Needs to take a chill pill. Dude, I love Joe Pyfer, but he's retarded. You know what movies you should watch? Undisputed 2 and Undisputed 3. It's MMA, but in a Russian prison. I'll screenshot that, but sounds kind of interesting. Okay, I'll take that into consideration. Speaking of movies, I haven't finished this movie, but the other day I was watching Heat. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Heat with De Niro, Pacino, Val Kilmer, rest in peace, and Danny Trejo. Who else is in it? I forgot. I love that movie, bro. That's a great sort of crime thriller, I guess you can say. That's a great film. Great film. I don't know why we have 40 fucking people here. It says. I doubt all 40 are in the chat, but I don't know, 40 people. I like Cobra Kai, embraces the campy side. I love it as well. I think it's good. What are your thoughts on the MMA YouTuber Perry Punch? Perry Punch. Who the fuck is Perry Punch? No offense. I don't know. You guys always tell me about these MMA YouTubers. I'm like, who is this guy? I'm not trying to be an ass. I swear. I'm a nobody, right? At this point. But I'm just saying, people are like, what are your thoughts on Booty Destroyer number 3? And I'm like, who are these people? Okay, Perry Punch. Okay, he has, what the fuck? He has 77,000 subs. Never mind. This guy's definitely He's a big name, actually. Let me hear him talk. So we got Joaquin Buckley, actually. Parry punch. I don't know. This guy kind of looks familiar, though. I think I've seen this guy's videos or something. He looks familiar. He looks really familiar. He looks really familiar. I'm sure I've seen one of his videos before. I think I've seen one of his videos before. Huh. Yeah, I've definitely seen one of his videos before. This guy looks extremely familiar. Well, yeah, I appreciate the shout out to Perry Punch, man. You guys, you boys see I'm growing the beard a little bit. I'm taking some beard oil. I'm trying to grow the beard. You guys see that? Anyways, so fucking cringe. I'm so cringe, man. But I am actually trying, man. I'm trying. Let me scroll up a little bit. What are your thoughts on Yuri Retarded? You're retarded. The GOAT, man. It's the fucking GOAT, man. Not a fan of Perry's Punch's voice. Perry Punch has a Jew whine, if that makes sense. I kind of have that too, though. I have a pretty whiny voice, I feel like. I mean, I can't help it, but like my voice gets a bit whiny when I start kind of... If I'm like ranting or something, my voice gets really whiny. What's up, the milkman? What's up, man? We're all milkmen around here, eh? What's up, the milkman? I can see the winner of Buckley Brady calling out protests. Nah, they would not deserve that, in my opinion. But I could see it, but they wouldn't deserve it. Did you see the Wing C controversy? Yes. Yo, Meat Rocket, do you watch my fucking videos? My last video's on it. No, I'm joking. Yes, I just did a whole video on it, yes. Well, I didn't speak on that specifically. Well, I did, but I spoke on other things about karate combat. What's up, man? Hello, what's up, Dig? My guy. BXG Hawani, I'm an OG subscriber, and you keep ignoring me, even though I'm not ignoring you. I read your last message. I read your fucking last message, man. More hype for this card than the White House. Yeah, honestly. There's beef. Great undercard. Good prelims. Some good prospects on here. A lot of fighters on the main card that I love and care about. So, yeah, I agree with you, I think. I think once we get closer to the White House card, though, we're going to feel more hype for it, but... Oh, Abraham, thank you for the $5. Another 5. Fucking legend. He says, Nitro, get the hummus. Where the fuck is Nitro? Wait, is he here? Is Nitro here? Nitro, we're summoning you right now to get the fucking hummus, and let's have a night. Anyways, I appreciate the 5, Abraham. Much love, my boy. Get the fucking hummus. Don't get it. Just get it later, all right? I'm a bit busy right now. I could see the winner. Did you see that Wing C? Yes. I'm sorry. There's a lot of fucking chats right now. I apologize if I'm... did you see the Michael Jackson movie? No, I've heard it was mid. I think Bilal Muhammad is way more overhated than Ian Gary. I kind of agree. I know Bilal talks a little bit of shit, though. Like, he does talk a bit of shit, but, like, people act like this guy's, like, a terrorist. But he's not, I promise. I understand why someone might not like Ian Gary for talking trash. Yeah. Bilal does talk trash sometimes, though, to be fair, but overall he is pretty chill. And he has good predictions as well. Did you guys see that he predicted, I think, Pratis to, like, destroy JDM with leg kicks and shit? Like, I think he's pretty good with his predictions, too. He's very good, actually. So he's a good analyst, it seems. Justice for Michael. Yeah, they're bank robbers, but do a sloppy job and get caught, kind of, I think. Well, he is a great movie. SMH, this guy doesn't know Perry Punch. I'm a casual, I'm sorry. Chat is full of Wing C fans. Hey, come on. Bilal stood up for Strickland being able to trash talk even though he doesn't like him. That was pretty sick, bro. I spoke about that in my video, too. That was really cool. Like, I know Bilal and Strickland don't have a good, like, whatever, but... for him to, stick his neck out kind of like that, and I don't know, bro. I really, really like that from Bilal, from Bilal. I think that was a good, a good thing. Imagine not knowing Perry Punch. I've never heard of Perry Punch. Yeah, no offense, but I've seen him, but I'm not good with names, just in life in general. My guy, Johnny Monday, all the OGs are here. What's good, buddy? I'm amazed by how badly JDM performed in terms of strategy. Everyone is saying Pratis is a monster, but JDM just stood there in range for Pratis. I do agree. There were definitely moments where JDM, I was kind of like, what is he doing? But I honestly think a lot of that has to do with what Prates did to him. Prates kind of broke down his game. He destroyed him with leg kicks. He was landing on JDM whenever JDM would try to come in with something. And also, like JDM, when he would try to land on Prates, he just kept missing for the most part, right? Except for like an uppercut, I think he landed pretty cleanly. So I think he kind of just, I don't know. Do you agree that JDM should get a new coach in his corner? I was watching Bromo's video on that this morning. It was pretty funny, actually. I swear his coach's corner advice fucking sucked. It's tough, right? Because we kind of do this with, like, Drickus, for example, or, like, with Sean O'Malley, for example, where when they win, it's like, oh, his coaches are great. But then when they lose, it's like, oh, his coaches, they suck. But it's very clear that JDM's coach is not very... He's obviously very tough on Jack, and I think that's his style of coaching. But he's not necessarily giving Jack anything to work with except, hey, get that fucking lick off your face. Just punch him in his face. Like, he is a very simplistic coach, which maybe worked for JDM in the past. But now you're not facing Gilbert Burns or Kevin Holland or Basil Hafez. You're facing Islam. You're facing Prates. You're going to be facing probably another big name next who's going to be a tough matchup. So I honestly think he should consider getting a new coach, yes. With all that being said, when are we getting the John Kuroku sticker? You just reminded me. I appreciate you reminding me. I'm going to screenshot that as well. I'll work on that after the stream. Thank you for reminding me. Let me try to catch up. Winning, no wonder the UFC's dead. Winning, no wonder the UFC's dead. BS blocked. What is that? What does that mean? If JDM absolutely came out with a Hamzat approach and just strictly wrestled, no, I don't agree with that. JDM's not a Hamzat type of wrestler though. Like, he's nowhere near as good as Hamzat on the ground, offensively. He's a really good defensive wrestler, I guess. But then again, Islam took him down pretty easily, like 1,000 times. I disagree with that, to be honest with you, unless you're trolling. I think Brady and Buckley are Prates as an easy win. I think Brady or Buckley see Prates as an easy win. I think, I don't know. I think they'd be stupid too. I think Prates would destroy Brady. Or not Brady, Buckley. I think Brady, obviously, with the grappling could be something, but like Brady's been fucking finished by Bilal. So, where's Buster? Yeah, Buster pops up like once every pay-per-view or every other pay-per-view. Buster's like he's like an anomaly. Why do you keep ignoring me? I come in here pouring out my heart and you just get... Well, what are you guys talking about? He proved that with the takedown in already. He proved that... He proved that with the takedown he already got when he had been getting his shit kicked in. I mean, he got a takedown, but like eventually like he would have slowed down and he doesn't have unlimited cardio. And I think Prates would have just eventually just kept timing him with stuff. I don't know. I think it's easier said than done. I think because Hamzat does it, people are like, well, why don't people just do what Hamzat does? But that's Hamzat Chimaev. Like, I don't think he can take that Hamzat Chimaev approach because he's nowhere near the level of Hamzat in terms of grappling. Only things that are putting me off the White House card are the main event. And yeah, I agree. I think the main event is just, it's too straightforward, and I think Bo Nickel being on the card is a disgrace to humanity. But JDM should face the winner of Brady versus Buckley. I completely agree. Prates versus Morales next. Probably because I think both guys want to be active. So yeah. UFC 328 about to be a banger, man. What's up, Loki, by the way? I'm really hyped for it, man. I'm really hyped for it. I think, I think it's going to be bangers, man. I think it's going to be full of bangers, and it's sick. Y'all are fucking weird, so y'all aren't hyped for the White House fight, which has two badasses. But y'all hyped for fucking Hamzat and Taylor boring. I'm hyped for the White House card. I just think like Strickland and Hamzat have such amazing beef that I want to see what happens. And also I feel like Van and Tara is one of the rare like high level. It's like two young pause when I say this, but two young guys going at it. We don't usually see that with championship fights where it's like two young in their prime fighters going at it for a title, right? We usually see that with like number one contenders fights, but not usually for a title. Like usually for a title, it's like old man Islam. He's not old, but like let's say, okay, old man Volk versus Diego, or it's like older 30-something-year-old Islam versus JDM, or it's like, it's usually older fighter versus like younger contender. But to see like two young contenders going at it for a title is kind of sick. So I love that co-main event. Main event has got good beef. But I think the closer we get to the White House card, the hype is definitely going to ramp up like crazy. Bilal doesn't act like a victim when he, yeah. Yeah, Bilal's cool, man. Make it make sense. I am trying to scroll down. I'm trying to catch up. Did they ever release that footage of Bilal and Usman getting into it? No, because Usman probably got... I mean, the rumor is Usman got slapped, right, or something. He probably got slapped or, like, punched, or... He probably just... Yeah. He probably got embarrassed really badly, so... I don't think he's going to put that fucking footage out, sadly. Dricky says, coach is terrifying. Yeah, he apparently tases them or something in the gym. Did they ever blah, blah, deadass, where is the podcast footage? It's deleted on some fucking... If Conor wins against Max, what do you think that his next fight would be? If it's at 170, which I don't think he can make 155. Let's assume it's at 170. Honestly, maybe Oliveira. Honestly. I don't know what Oliveira's doing. Maybe he's waiting for the winner of that fight. Well, obviously, he's not going to face Max if Max wins, but maybe he's waiting for Conor to win, then he'll fight him maybe at the end of the year, or I don't know. But maybe Oliveira for the BMF title. I don't know. It's tough with Conor. Like, if he destroys Max Holloway, it's like, it is kind of like a tough thing. Like, what do you do with him? Process feeds off of his opponent's fear. He quite literally is the nightmare. Yeah, he's fucking Freddy Krueger. Also, where's the soundboard? Ask Mr. BXG for help if you need it. Or Mrs. BXG. You just reminded me about that as well. Sorry, I've been busy, guys. I've been fucking busy. I'm sorry. The soundboard, the fucking thing, I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm fucking trying. You guys see how late I post my videos, bro? Like, I'm busy sometimes. I'm trying. No, I'm joking. He doesn't need to beat Carlos Prates. I don't know. I don't think JDM can do that. I don't know. JDM abandoned his head movement, made him an easy target. Yeah, I think it is tough though, right? Against Bilal Muhammad, for example, like he was rolling with shots and shit, but like against Prates, like when he was ducking down, against Prates would just knee him to the face. So I think it's tough for him to use so much head movement, like the rolls and stuff, without getting time with like knees and stuff up the middle. Because Prates is not going to just let you just slip his punches without like any sort of consequences. I'm looking at Pereira's physique here because somebody said it earlier. Yeah, Pereira does have a kind of a weird physique. Look at the ass on Alex Pereira. Anyways, top 10 femboys in the UFC. Tara Talbot, Tom Aspinall, Sergey Pavlovich, Josh Hokett, Brendan Moreno, Lauren Kavanaugh, Peter Yan, Marab, and let's say Ilya Topuria. Carlos Prates is good at staying calm when somebody takes him down. Lobro actually came in with the I didn't know that Schmitty. I made the press conference fucking massive. Can we not call Prates a CP for fuck's sakes? Yeah, I try not to. Well, I don't. But do you seriously have Strickland winning against Hamzat? No. I want him to. I really, really want him to, but no, I don't, sadly. It's his style with JDM heavy boxing style without his wrestling. Sean has a... It's his style. With JDM heavy boxing style without the wrestling, Sean has a boxing heavy style with incredible defense and great wrestling. Okay? Yeah, still cheese. Everything about Prates scared JDM. Yeah, that's another thing as well. Like, I feel like Prates hit so hard. Did you guys see, like... I saw a bit of the fight back. JDM was, like, biting on so many feints from Protas. He was biting on so many different feints. Like, he was really biting on the feints of Protas. So I don't want to say he was scared in there, but like he kind of was fighting like maybe he was a bit scared. I wish you talked more about Wing C. My last video is on Wing C. Go watch it. Just go watch it and goon to it all day. If Strickland beats Hamzat, he will be the Rose Namajunas of middleweight. He beat two of the most dominant champions, but has 2 losses against DDP. Just how good is DDP? That's what I'll say. After Strickland wins, he's not going to, but I wish. Okay, I'm caught up now, finally. Why are you gay? You should try to get an interview with McGregor. That would be interesting. Yeah, let me DM him right now. Let me fucking DM him. Let me just say, yo, but I don't want to just straight off the bat ask for an interview. Let me see. I could send him a closet picture. Let me send him a closet. I already have one on my computer. Closet weight picture. Let me see. I'll probably do this off stream, actually. Yeah, I shouldn't do this right now. This is probably not a good time. If they don't have a story these days, don't make one. Life is always on. I can never get a break from it. I can't believe I'm late to the stream. YouTube hates me because I'm based. Yeah, guys, make sure you guys put the notifications on. I actually never say that ever. I don't know if I've ever actually said that ever in a video ever in my life. But, guys, put on the fucking notifications and hype the fucking stream in the videos. I don't know. If Strickland gets the belt, we might see the Drickus trilogy. Honestly, I mean, it'd be crazy, right? And it would be kind of random, I guess. But, like, yeah, I think it's definitely a possibility. I'd love it. I think Hamzat would probably get a title rematch, though. Well, would he deserve it, though? Because this is his first title defense. So would Hamzat actually deserve a rematch? No, right? He really wouldn't. So, like, I think if Hamzat were to lose, he'd just move up. He would probably just move up. Like, I don't see Hamzat being like, yeah, brother, I fight the Mavov, brother. Like, no, he's not going to fight like Nasruddin Mavov or like some contender, Anthony Hernandez or Gregory Rodriguez. No, he's just going to like move up, honestly, because he's been yapping about moving up like every single fight at this point. So, you're retarded. Has Strickland winning against Hamzat or cum shot? He says, sure, bro. Not scared, just hesitant. Yeah, that's a better, yeah, hesitant is a better way of saying it. JDM would have won if he used opposite stance, spam leg kicks, and feint high guard in order to knock CP off balance while he goes for the knee. He was using, well, to be fair, he was using leg kicks as well. He was trading leg kicks with Protas. Obviously, I think he got leg kicked mogged a little bit. But he probably should have thrown more and feint high guard in order to knock. Yeah. Yeah, I think he could have timed him a bit better. But, hey, man, hopefully he improves, obviously. I want to see JDM, obviously, go on to get better and implement better things in his next fight. The commie is here, SMH. Okay, I'll watch the video, and if it's good, I'll goon to it. Okay, I appreciate that. I was kind of joking, but if you're actually going to do that, just not on the screen. You have McGregor on your friends list? Yeah. Yeah, me and Connor, we go way back. We used to... Actually, I can't say that. Honestly, we got to give credit to JDM for his toughness. No, like, yeah, he is very, very tough. Like obviously in the Islam fight, didn't get submitted, right? Didn't get submitted at all. And then in the Protas fight, was eating shots that like a lot of fighters just straight up would just die from, honestly. Knees up the middle. He got rocked like a few times, or at least once. I know once very clearly he got rocked. At least once. But, like, he's freaking tough, bro. We know Connor. Bro, I missed the streams because the notifications suck. I have them on. Okay. No, I appreciate it either way. Like, even if you watch them later, if you don't watch them at all, or if you just like the stream, or if you just... whatever it is. Make sure you guys like the stream, by the way. Let's get it to 20 likes. We're at 16. No Evloev. Strickland was 15-0 on his record. Strickland was 15-0 on his record. What do you mean Strickland was 15-0? Like, he currently is 15-0? What do you mean? Islam's going to hug Carlos Prates on the ground to a decision? Sadly, yes. Even though Prates is definitely more dangerous, it's weird. Like, I really do feel like Ian Gary is going to give Islam the most problems. But then again, I think Morales, Prates, and Ian Gary do pose a lot of different issues to Islam, and those are 3 fights I absolutely want to see Islam have. But knowing Islam, it's just going to be like him versus Ian, and then that's literally it. Let's be honest. Even though almost everyone thinks Strickland is going to get squished, he did miss Izzy. Even though almost everyone thinks Strickland is going to get squished, he did miss Izzy. That's true. I saw a tweet like that where it's like, imagine if Strickland were to be the guy to beat Izzy in his prime or around this prime when everyone counted him out, and then also Hamzat, right? So like I saw people say that too. Still think it's going to be like the DDP. I think so. I think it's going to be a decision. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Hamzat round 1 destruction, round 2. No, I think it's going to be a decision where Strickland like maybe has a moment or two, or like maybe he lands a good punch on Hamzat, and like, or maybe he's emoting, or so, like there's gonna be like some stuff here and there, but overall I think Hamzat's gonna win. And it sucks to say that. I just want it, but I just want it. I want him to win. I want Strickland to win. JDM fall off incoming. Maybe, man. B actually chills with Connor on his boat. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Connor video of him on the boat. I'm not gonna say what he was doing, but that was actually me with a wig. No, he wouldn't deserve a title rematch. This is his first. Yeah, no, absolutely not, in my opinion. I could see Hunter Campbell and Sean Shelby celebrating if Strickland wins. It's probably tough for them because it's like, obviously Strickland is a PR nightmare for them, but on the flip side, he's extremely active. He does bring attention, and he obviously does bring numbers to an extent, right? And has a good fan base. But then Hamzat obviously has a good fan base, but he's kind of boring. And I think the UFC definitely wants to. I mean, you're seeing they're cutting boring fighters now, like Jailton Almeida. They're cutting people a lot easier, I almost feel like, than they used to. And a lot of the main events are almost tailored to be fun fights. Like, apparently Evloev was told, right? Is this true? Apparently Evloev was told to, like, make the Murphy fight fun, or, like, they told him to, like, make, I don't know. I definitely think this new era of the UFC is, like, they want more fun fights, more bangers, if you will. Sorry, my go. I be YouTubing and 0 notification. No, it's fine, man. It's fine. I actually have notifications off for my YouTube, so you should start a beef with a fighter for clicks. I mean, I've crapped on so many fighters, like none of them. I don't think I'm clouded enough, man. I'm not clouded enough for it. Clouted enough for it. Realistically, yeah, I don't know any fighters that would like actually like care to. I mean, I got a beef with Anthony Smith, but like I don't know. I think that one went too far, you know. That one went way too far. Strickland has me so convinced he could win that I just know the world is gonna react how it would if Connor won. I want him to win, bro. Please, Strickland. Please, Strickland, please. Not Islam submits Carlos in the first or second. Probably. Honestly, probably. Let's go, Sean. What's up, Leanne? What's up, my guy? One time I got the notification a day later. No fucking way. Uncle Yahoo hates you. Is that a thing? You guys get like notifications late or something? I've never really, I don't know. I think YouTube is just weird with that in general. Unless like YouTube hates me, but I don't know why YouTube would hate me. I'm pretty nice. No, I'm blessed that I'm monetized. So I guess they don't hate me in a financial sense because I'm still monetized. So I don't know. That's like my biggest fear is getting demonetized, but I think I'd have to be like really, really like just. I'd have to be like Chud the Builder, if you guys know that guy. I'd have to like literally turn into him to like get demonetized, I think. Like I honestly think like it's really hard to get demonetized nowadays. I think it was a bit easier like maybe when they were doing the adpocalypse and they were kind of banning channels and deleting channels, you could probably get demonetized for saying like retard. But now I think they're a lot more lenient, right? So I don't know. Anyways, Sean round 5 TKO. I wish for you fucking guys. Strickland was 15-0 before it first lost. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, that's crazy actually. Wow. So you're saying that Hamza? Oh, it's a prophecy. JDM should throw more kicks. The thing with boxing heavy style is that kicks turn when there's on fight. Yeah, I mean, I think like against Bilal, he was mixing it up a lot better than he did obviously in his last few fights. Against Bilal, like he was using like knees and kicks and high kicks, and he was like rolling, and he was just a lot. That was one of his more perfect performances, even though it was, like he lost a round or so to Bilal, but it was still a great performance. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Anyways. Oh, I was just saying like, even though, no. But yeah, I don't know. I just think like against Bilal, he looked great. And then I feel like after that, like just stylistically, it just hasn't really worked out for him is what I was going to say, I think. You were practicing your head movement on Connor's boat. Listen, kid. Triple T fighting. No, who's that? I don't know who that is. Tom Aspinall? No. If Strickland wins, he low-keys the Rocky Balboa of the UFC. Yeah, freaking American Chad. American Chad, the man of the people. And it would be in New Jersey. Wait, isn't Rocky from New Jersey or he's from Philly, I think. No, he's from Philly, I believe. I believe he's from Philly, but that's still East Coast, right? The editing on your newest video was hilarious. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, brother. Who said that? The fans? Who gives a shit? I wish Jilted was still in the UFC. He was great, and I love Taliesin. You love Taliesin Teixeira? You're the first guy on the fucking planet to ever say that to me. No offense. Were you attacking his family? Yeah, in character. In the character that I play, the satirical character. Let me scroll up a bit. I wish Jotun. Were you attacking his family? We hate Anthony the Armadillo Smith. Just rage bait Jamal Hill. I do like Jamal Hill, but I probably, you know what? Jamal Hill probably would see it because he is like a pretty active YouTuber, I guess, in a sense. Maybe Demetrius Johnson, actually. Ooh, wait a minute, chat. Demetrius Johnson beef? Ooh, but he has a lot of like glazers now, so they'd be like shitting on me. Hold on, though. Demetrius Johnson beef. Huh. Interesting. Demetrius Johnson. Now that could go viral. Now that could be something. Now that's an idea. Now that's a fucking idea. No, I don't know. I'd get shitted on. I would literally just get shitted on. Like, who's this bum YouTuber? I would not gain any new subs for that. BXG. I get notifications late. I don't know. I don't know why that would be the case. I don't know. I guess you guys just got to stay on your fucking toes. Stay alert. Stay fucking alert. It's cold out now. No, it's not. It's hot out. BXG, do you think Kuniev could still be a top 3 heavyweight? I never thought I would be asked that ever in my life. Do I think Brisvan Kuniev? No, yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know. He hasn't really shown me nothing impressive, so it's tough for me to say that. I'll say, for now, no. I'm not really that impressed by him. Jamal Hill would take the bait. He probably would. How can MMA as a sport get its fighters to be more like the great boxers who want to stick around and chase greatness instead of getting out as soon as they get a bag? That's a great question. How can MMA as a sport get its fighters to be more like the great boxers who want to stick around and chase greatness? That's actually a really great question. How can MMA as a sport get its fighters to be more like great boxers who want to stick around and chase greatness instead of getting out as soon as they get a bag? I'm trying to think if it's harder or easier. What do you guys think about this question? Is it easier or harder to get... Okay, let me word this in a way. What's harder? Reaching the pinnacle of boxing or reaching the pinnacle of the UFC? Because part of me is like, you know what? I feel like it's easier to be like a UFC champion than it is an undisputed boxing world champion. I'm talking like undisputed, like Usyk levels. Whereas like for like let's compare like Usyk being a heavyweight champion to, like, let's say Tom Aspinall. Like, who realistically had a harder path to their titles? Like, realistically. Because that's what I'm kind of thinking. It's like, I don't know what that has to do with your question, though. I don't know what's the correlation there. I guess the correlation is, like, maybe for boxers, it's like their journeys to their championships is so much longer and more grueling that when they get there, it's like they don't want to just leave it. It's like it took forever for them to get there. So when they get there, it's like, oh, like I'm not just going to go now leave boxing and just like, oh, I got my money, I'm out of here now. Whereas with the UFC, like, Sean O'Malley was a former world champion, and now it's like he's kind of looked like a bum for a while. Let me scroll up a bit. Anyways, I don't even know what I was saying. It's because of the Dagestani fanboys. They keep breaking into your house and chewing on your internet. I can't believe you just used the R word, but I can't believe you used the R word. I'm reporting you. Shut up, retard. I'm willing to bet with anyone. I'm 100% positive Islam will not submit anyone while he's at welterweight. I'm willing to bet Islam will win, yes, but he won't be able to get a submission. It's tough, man. I mean, he submitted Charles Oliveira in round 2, but he did drop him, to be fair. Round 5, he submitted Poirier, but it took him 5 rounds. Didn't submit Volkanovski over the course of 5 rounds. Submitted Moicano easily. I don't know. It's weird with him because he's not like consistently submitting everybody, but on the flip side, he has submitted some really great names, right? But he didn't submit JDM either, right? So it's like you submit Charles Oliveira easily, submit Poirier in round 5. You couldn't submit JDM. But styles make fights, blah, blah, blah. I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, I was chilling. Was a stream ended 50 minutes ago. Saw streaming. I got the notification a day later. Yeah, that's crazy. Even on Carlos, Chael, and Masvidal reignited their beef. I saw that as well, yeah. Chael actually said he's willing to fight him. Why is this dude spamming? Look at these trolls in chat. I don't know what's going on. For the JDM Carlos short stream, did you see that video of Tai Tuivasa getting high with JDM in the background? Yes, JDM was like looking out at the ocean all depressingly. Rocky's from Philly? Okay. Not DJ too well liked. I agree. Not beef with death sentence? Oh, no. No, then people would say I'm like, people would say I'm like making fun of, Cap would be a good beef. I need more clout. We need someone with more clout, No, I'm kidding. DJ might kick you in the head like Wing C. Listen, kid. Listen, can he reach my head? I'm 6'5". I'm 6'7". You could start a Wing C beef. I bet that could work well. Lots of people hate him. I could do a video like Wing C. I have Wing C fatigue. I'm screenshotting that. And then Wing C will respond. Then he calls me out to a fight. And then I just don't fight him. Jesus died for you on the cross so you can have eternal life in heaven. God bless you, man. Jesus is God. 15. I appreciate that. Praise the Lord. God bless you, man. Christ is king. I don't know if you're a bot, though. Sometimes there's a lot of bots like that. But God bless you. You got Wyatt and you got Wyatt to shout you out. Wait, you got him to shout me out? Really? Did you actually? If that was you, I appreciate that, man. God bless you. But yeah, he was in the chat. Like, you just kind of missed the MMA hole, by the way. Wyatt was just in the chat like 30 minutes ago chatting with us. So, you missed it. You fucking missed the MMA hole. Where the fuck were you, man? Gooning or something? This guy was literally in chat, man. What are you doing, man? What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, bud? Let me scroll up. Sorry. DJ sucks, man. He's over there supporting Chimaev and saying Sean has no chance, but said Jake had a chance against AJ. Yeah, DJ's just, his takes are just gay, honestly. I think he's got overrated analysis of fights. Praise the Lord. Use the pay so that they can make a real living off of fighting. Up the pay so that they can make a real living off fighting. And his karate, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Or I appreciate him. Well, I already spoke to him. Boxing because it's an old sport. Yeah, I kind of think like boxing is harder to make to reach the pinnacle. Yeah. Yeah, I do think it's harder because of the fact that even like the politics of it do play a factor. And obviously the amateur scene is like such a big deal in boxing, the Olympics and stuff. His takes are ass. DJ sucks. I know you're a DJ hater. Shave your armpits. Look, I already addressed that earlier. I am gonna shave them, but it's kind of gay that you're looking at them. Okay. Throw them both in a room and Aspinall walks out. I remember DJ said we can't stop I remember DJ said we can't stop eye pokes because that's how we train in Muay Thai. Then Muay Thai guy said we don't have eye pokes in our sport. I know, bro. It's just like, again, like some of his analysis are just not really that good. Like it's just not really that they're really not that impressive to me. Like some of the things he says, I'm just like, oh, really? But I don't know. I don't want to shit on him, but I am kind of already shitting on him. But yeah, I respect him. He's a legend, one of the GOATs. But yeah, flyweight GOAT. This ain't Muay Thai, bud. Triple T Big Samir versus Strickland 2027. Tung 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 Samir. That means we just eye poke DJ then. I'll just toe poke him. Dang, I missed Wyatt. Yeah, he was here, man. He was actually in the chat. He sent a 5 to me. I appreciate it. The GOAT. And yeah, I appreciate the shout out as well. Apparently he shouted me out. He said that he gave me a shout out, so that's amazing. I appreciate that from him. Oh, he actually commented on my last video too. I gotta reply to him. I'll do that later. There you go. I was riding my bike. Or are you sure you were riding that? My height is 6'7", my reach is 6'7", and I weigh 6'7". Honestly, that's kind of you weigh 600, or not 600. You weigh 67 pounds. You'd be like a third grader. I don't even know actually, like a second grader. No, like probably more than that, but MMA is always developing and introducing new metas. Boxers prepare for every style of fighting. It's easier to be ahead of the curve in MMA. That's true as well. Yeah, right. Like right now, it's like the grappling meta is kind of like the thing right now. I feel like, that's true actually. Right now, the meta is like grappling. Like you're seeing like most main events, if it's a grappler versus a striker, or not even just main events, but just also most fights in general. It's just a grappler like mogging the striker. So that's kind of the meta right now. And you could say that was the meta for a while, but I don't know. BXUJ bottom. Mighty Mouse is biased towards his friends, just like DC. I can't blame him though. No, DC is so biased too, bro. DC's worse than Mighty Mouse, I think. DC's probably worse. Because DC's a commentator as well. And he's shown to be biased on commentary. And he's biased towards a style that he prefers, which is obviously wrestling. DJ's greatest contribution to MMA YouTube was his mimicking fighter stuff. That was a great video. I really did enjoy his thing with Guru, but he shut it down. I really did enjoy it though. I liked what he did with Guru, the Mighty Guru show. I guess it's just Guru said too many mean words, but I don't know. Guru probably would have canceled on him anyways eventually, right, with the way that his freaking schedule was going. Shout out to the boy though. Strickland W incoming. I hope so. I'll pray for it. Zambro wants you hairless. Yeah, it's kind of gay. Like he said, shave my pits. It's like, look, I'll trim them, but I'm not gonna do it because you asked me. Don't shave your pits. Be a man. Yeah, does Strickland shave his body hair? No, so I'm not going to either. No, I'm in solidarity with Sean Strickland and like Hamzat and like Islam Makachev and all the other hairy fucks. He sent you 5. What a legend. I jokingly said he had to pay you for the vid. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. No, I don't think I gave him the idea. I mean, I know like I think a lot of people, I mean, he did it. I did a video on it. I know Bromo has a video coming up on it, I believe, tomorrow or today. So I know, like, obviously, it's something that people are talking about. But I do appreciate it. I was also gassing you to why. I appreciate that, boys. I appreciate that. You guys are fucking legends, man. For you fucking guys. Paulie Malignaggi is a boxing world champion. He got killed by Artem Lobov. Anderson Silva beat world champion Julio Cesar Chavez. Boxers lightweight suck. Yeah, for lightweight specifically, yeah, they're pretty mediocre, to be honest. It seems like. Now, to be fair, the two names you mentioned aren't like known to be good. To be fair, like, Paulie Malignaggi is like a name, but like it's not like anyone's like, yo, Paulie Malignaggi is a fucking top 20. Like, no, he sucks. Um, but I do agree with what you're saying though, for sure. Um, and then what'd you say? You said and then you said Julio. Yeah, Julio Cesar Chavez kind of sucks too. But DC is a colored commentator. Randy Couture Submitting World Champion James Toney. MMA fighters just always seem to me now that they want to be famous. O'Malley, Conor, and Ilya. Boxers want to be great. That's a solid point. There's definitely boxers, though, that want to be famous, too, and that use their fame. Like, Devin Haney seems like the kind of guy that just likes to, he's, like, wearing the flashy stuff, and he's, like, talking to trash, and he likes being Devin Haney, the boxing star. And there's boxers like that, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, eventually you got to win, or your stock is just going to plummet. And so, I don't know. But there's definitely MMA fighters now, like O'Malley, Conor, Ilya, Josh Hokett, maybe you could say, where they kind of do want to be famous. But I don't mind them selling the fights. Like, I don't mind, like, Josh Hokett. I think he's perfect for the sport. Guys like Strickland, I think these guys are needed as well, though. Just wait for the next generation of MMA fighters. They're going to be trained specifically to fight off Dagestani grappling. I just refresh my feed. The first thing that I see is, why do Indians keep getting hit by trains? That is the thing, right? I mean, I think like that is actually a thing, right? I've seen at least one video of it. I don't know if they got hit by a train, but I think it was a train actually I saw an Indian get hit by on Twitter or something one time. You act like it's so simple. They've been wrestling since they were 4. Yeah, that is true about the Dagestani thing, right? Like, it is not going to be easy for that meta to kind of be figured out. Like, to be fair, though, there are only 2, and you could count Hamzat, I guess, 2 Dagestani champions right now, to be fair. I don't know. But I think as time goes on, like, maybe John Pork could have a crazy career. Maybe, who knows, though. Ankalaev was Dagestani. He just lost. So then again, like, I don't know. I don't think, like, the Dagestani dominance is that prominent because there's only 2 Dagestani champions. I think what it is like a grappling thing. I honestly think it's like a grappling meta right now. Just grappling in general. Have you seen the DC and John Jones scenes? Yeah, I've seen, like, Jones called him fat, and, like, DC's been shitting on him, and, like, it's pretty funny, obviously. Say what you want about Jones. Like, it's a pretty funny thing. Cyril Gane will have the speed advantage over Alex Pereira, this guy tweeted. It's a clip of Alex hitting the bags. Bro, this guy's, like, making it seem like Alex is going 100% on the pads. Like, this is clearly, like, him slowing it down. He's just... I know that this tweet is like, dude... Cyril Gane's gonna speed mog Alex, and it's like, bro, Alex is like just training on the pads. Like, obviously he's gonna go slow. Anyway, some of these tweets on freaking MMA Twitter are retarded. Damn, let me scroll up. Have you seen yeah, I sent Wyatt a screen recording of your vid. It was you that inspired me to inspire him to get... I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so fucking much. I appreciate that. My guy. MMA hole, man. My favorite hole. Strickland's not winning, I agree. Baka, don't say that. Joe Kawasaki retired undefeated. He's the actual... Dude, that's my guy, bro. Joe Kawasaki. I love Joe Kawasaki. He fought Roy Jones. That's one of my favorite boxing fights of all time. Kawasaki versus Roy Jones, man. His skill in that fight was incredible. That was a fun fight. His emoting, too. I agree, Hamzat just going to hump Strickland. DC is racist, aren't we all? I wish you made me a mod. No more mods. And to take steroids. I do as well. Jones takes care of my better. Jones take care of me. Okay. Have you heard of Fight Fairy? Yes. BJJ used to dominate MMA, same in Brazilian. Okay, I'm caught up. Fucking finally. Actually, I missed if you read my comments, so I'll ask, what do you think of Prime Condit versus current... Okay, I think I missed it as well. Prime Condit versus current Protes. I'd pick Protes. I'd pick fucking Process, but you know it might be tough. It won't be like a round 1 KO. It might be a round 5 KO. I don't know. And who else from welterweight history would beat Process? I think he'd lose. I think he'd beat Condit. Like in general, I think like maybe Prime Usman has a good shot at just out grappling him to a decision for sure. Prime Usman, I think, could beat him most likely. I think GSP maybe GSP gets like dropped or something, but then just like out grapples him as well. Yeah, maybe like GSP, Prime Usman are the names that I'm thinking of that could beat Process. Masvidal would not beat Process, I don't think. Gilbert Burns wouldn't beat Process, I don't think. Unless he tried to like just wrestle really heavily. It's tough. It's me, Charles Oliveira. Umar got whooped by Merab, not as good as he was hyped up to be. Oh yeah, Umar's another Dagestan. See, like the Dagestan, there is a meta. Like obviously Dagestanis are very successful, but a lot of them like don't reach the pinnacle. Like Shower is never going to be a champion. Umar might be a champion, but like who knows, bro? I don't see him beating Peter Yan. And then it's like Merab, maybe he could beat him in a rematch, maybe because of kind of the damage that Merab has taken. He's older now. Like yeah, maybe like circumstantially he could beat Merab nowadays, but I don't know, bro. I don't know if Umar will ever be a champion. Not anytime soon, at least. Not anytime. Not as Peter Yan is champion. Not as Peter Yan is not while Peter Yan is champion. There you go. I've just grown up. I've just grown up on late 80s, 90s, 2020s boxing, and I watch most amateur. Wait, so what do you prefer? What do you prefer? You prefer MMA or late 80s, 90s, and 2000s boxing? I don't even have a hold this username. If Strickland flukes Hamzat, I'd be a little worried about Gaethje fluking Topuria. No, I disagree. Well, I understand that sentiment, but I think Strickland like is much better than Gaethje, like miles better than Gaethje, bro. And he's younger, he's in his prime. Like I would be more shocked if Gaethje won personally, because I feel like Strickland is like, I guess it would be considered a fluke, but also it would be kind of like, you know what? I'd be shocked if Strickland won, but I wouldn't be like, oh, like it wouldn't be the upset of the century in my opinion. I don't think he's gonna win though. I got a weird feeling that Strickland is gonna massive. Yeah, I mean a lot of people are saying this, man. I don't know, bro. I have the feeling as well, but I really do have the same feeling. I'm calling it Justin by fluke. That'd be crazy. Do you think Volk can become the GOAT of the sport if he beats Movzar and then moves up and avenges the Ilya loss? I mean, yeah, if he were to beat Evelev and then move up and beat Ilya Topuria, yeah, I'd consider him the GOAT, yeah, for sure. Because he'd have the most most featherweight title defenses, I believe. I think he already does, right? Or I think he would after he beats Evelev. And like he would have a tremendous featherweight resume. He's already the featherweight GOAT. Then he moves up, beats Ilya Topuria. Like, yeah, he'd be the GOAT in my opinion. But it's tough because Alex right now is like in conversation to be the GOAT. If he beats Cyril Gane, maybe he could be like a top 3 GOAT. Islam, people say, is already the GOAT. It's a really tough thing. But I'm also a Volk fan, so I'm pretty biased, right? Prime Wonderboy would be a tough fight for Carlos. I wonder how, now that you mentioned that, I wonder how MVP, I wonder if MVP can be a tough fight for Process, you know. But actually, I'm not buying Process being as good as you're seeing him. Process is powerful and has great range, nasty finisher, but plotting and not elite. I think GSP and Marty would beat him. I agree with that. But plotting and not elite, I don't know, man. I think like his power, his dynamicism. I just think the grappling hole is just too big of a hole. That I just don't think like. I don't think he can fill it in time. It feels like the appropriate time that the UFC needs a Strickland title. It honestly does, bro. Like honestly, the UFC is not in the best spot. You know, especially in America. Like we don't really have a lot of good fighters over here. We just don't nowadays. We have Strickland. We have like Sean Brady, I guess. Uh, and uh, uh, we have Strickland. We have Sean Brady. We have a few other good American fighters, but like we need like an American Chad to be a champion right now, man. We just need it. I got the hat right here. I got the fucking hat right here. We need an American Chad to slime out some Muslim. I mean, some Chechen, some Dagestani. I mean, some Prime Darren Till could be a challenge for Protez. People forget, man. Darren Till. I love Darren Till. Chimaev humping people for 5 years straight. I just hate it. When's the soonest you can get me a title shot? Let me just suck off Dana White. Now Hamzat's going to hold him down. Stale Cheese, Prime Wonderboy versus Process would be great. I bet Wonderboy KOs him. I prefer MMA as a sport and competition, but I like the attitude of the old boxers. Okay, I agree. Yeah, like old boxers would fight like 3 times a year. They would rematch each other. Yeah, I like old boxers too because like they would always rematch each other and they would have like trilogies and quadrilogies and shit. And you'd be like, oh, it's blah, blah, blah versus blah, blah, blah 4. And it's like, yeah, I see what you're saying, right? The mentality was definitely just way better. More consistent, fought more often, fought the best of the best, rematch guys, trilogy guys. Yeah, I honestly agree. GSP blasts double legs, Protez passes guard, chokes him out. Johnny Hendricks KOs him. I don't know about that one. You had me in the GSP one, okay. Matt Hughes takes him down. I could see that. Dwayne Bang Ludwig KOs him. Okay. Rory McDonald. I don't know about that one. I agree with you on the Matt Hughes one, the GSP one. Hendricks, maybe. Dwayne Bang, maybe. Rory McDonald, probably not. Prime steroid fighters in the 90s were goated. Bro, MVP is definitely a tough fight for Protez. I agree. What are Hamzat's chances against Prime Jones and Prime DC? Like 0. It's 0. I don't think he'd beat those guys. Hell no. He loses those fights for sure. We for real suck. You got to pay me, but Strickland is the only guy at the moment we have proof. Wait, Strickland is the only guy at that we have proof of training with Dagestani guys. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like Strickland is one of the only fighters that's like, oh yeah, I've trained with Hamzat already, right? Because we usually don't see a fighter who's facing one of these Dagestani guys who can say, oh yeah, I've already trained with this guy. I've felt his strength. I've grappled with him. I'm kind of aware of some of his strengths and maybe some of his weaknesses. I don't know. I agree with you. Sugar Ray fought 15 in 1 year. Sugar Ray fought 50. Yeah, I don't know. That might be too much. 15 times in 1 year is a bit too much. The oral loss, if Sean loses, will be heavy. I don't know, bro. I don't agree. Because I feel like Sean, like, he's been flatline KO'd before. Like, he's lost, like, twice to Dricus. He got dominated by Dricus not that long ago. So I feel like he won't lose aura. His aura is probably at its peak, though, right now, low-key. This is probably the peak of, like, Sean Strickland's, like, no one has ever attempted a submission on Sean Strickland, apparently, is a stat I just saw. No one's ever attempted a submission on Sean Strickland. How is that even possible? I just saw this as a stat. Okay. That's interesting. Do you guys think Strickland versus Hamzat is like a Holloway versus Oliveira thing where people were like, oh, you know, Strickland's takedown defense is so great, just like they did with Holloway, and then they just get mogged? Because I picked Holloway, by the way. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I'm worried that he's just going to get completely grapple fucked, like just completely grapple mogged, bro. And we're going to be like, oh, he's not even, we thought he was going to do way better. No, Protez school Johnny Hendricks. The frame advantage is way too much. Yeah, I agree. I think he beats Rory and Hendricks. I was trying to be nice though, guys. Come on. I was trying to be nice. My old boxing coach, Coach Mayweather and Tyson, damn, in the Olympics. So I always heard stories from him, and that's sweet, man. That's actually sick. It's actually fucking sick, man. Dude, JDM at 29 having to defend versus the GOAT of our generation and then getting fed to the most devastating striker the division has ever seen. Bum for him, but I'm sure he will be back. I think he'll be back. Yeah, I know he'll be back, man. I love JDM. I'm not switching up on the boy. I love him, man. I love JDM, and I feel like a lot of people are turning on him and saying he sucks. And look, maybe did we all kind of slightly overrate JDM? I think we can admit just slightly we might have overrated him, or at least I did. I know I did for sure. But I mean, I still love him. When are we watching you fight a Lil Twink? Is that what you just asked me? Johnny Hendry, the guy calling Process the most devastating striker we've ever seen at 170 is killing me. Ooh, we got a battle between the boys in the chat. Oh boy, the beef is real, chat. Oh, I just burped. That was a good burp. That was a really good burp, actually. Oh, that burp was like satisfying. Oof. Like a goon-worthy burp. Ooh. Oh. All right. But the hype around him attempting to be Hamzat is going to be a strain on the fans. Abus Magomedov tried to start an RNC on Sean when he back. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Also, Hamzat will be so scared of losing to Strickland that we might actually watch a zero-risk approach from him. Just a televised and also you think it will be the opposite? Because some people think, oh, Hamzat's going to be too emotional and he's going to try to destroy Strickland. But you think it will be the opposite, where he doesn't want to lose so badly that he'll just like lay on top of him. That's interesting. I've not heard anyone say that yet. That's interesting. I didn't really consider that. At all, actually. That's interesting. I'm choosing Hamzat, but people are leaning on Sean heavy. Yeah, maybe it'll be an aura loss, right? I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't think he's going to win, man. I get why people are picking him, but it's more, I feel like it's just more people's hearts than it's their brains. I don't know. I understand there are good reasons to pick Sean, but I feel like there's just so many better reasons to pick Hamzat. If they don't have a story these days, they'll make one. Abu Magomedov tried to start. Also, Hamzat will be so scared of losing to Strickland that we might actually watch. Okay, I read that. Prime Rory McDonald destroys Protest. I'm choosing Hamzat, but people are leaning. I can't take another Hamzat versus DDP, Olives versus Max, or Islam. Ah, man, it would just... I might just stop watching the fucking sport. Honestly. No, honestly, bro, like, it might just set me off the edge, bro. It might just literally send me off the edge. Strickland apparently had really shitty injuries against DDP. I heard that, yeah. Because he got into like a bike accident, and then he also had staph, I believe. Hamzat by round 1 sub. People seem to forget Holland, and Holland wasn't calling him a goat cracker. Okay. Did you see MMA Uncensored? Top 10 MMA fighters to never win a belt. Having Poirier at 5 is genuinely... Are they a YouTube channel? Let me see. No, I have not, though. MMA Uncensored. I'm about to get out of here though, boys. It's getting a bit late here. MMA Uncensored. But there's so many of you guys here. What the fuck, dude? You guys are fucking... I should stream more. MMA Uncensored. No, I have not seen this. Poirier should be number 1. No, I don't know. Fuck, let me scroll up. Shit. That doesn't sound right. That means Strickland either has the best submission defense. I guess he just hasn't faced, like... I mean, like, he fought Usman. Would Usman really attempt to submit him? He's not really a submission guy. Drickus didn't really attempt to submit him. Somebody said Abu's kind of attempted to submit him, so there you go. But, like, no real submission attempts have been done on him, I guess. When Johnny was super roided at his peak, watch what he did to bigger frame guys like Carlos Condit. Blah, blah. He fell off, but Protest has suspect wrestling. So this guy thinks Johnny Hendricks would destroy Protest, eh? No, I don't know. I honestly, I don't even know ball on these guys anymore. Honestly, I'm a casual, so I don't even know how good Johnny Hendricks is. I do, but like I kind of don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd love to see B actually. Okay, did the 170 run of Leon below JDM just happen by guys being in the right place at right time and not really the best at a Leon below JDM? Yeah, almost like I don't want to say flukes, but like almost. It is kind of weird, right? Because it's like, well, Leon kind of fluked the fucking head kick. Can we kind of admit it wasn't a fluke, obviously. Like he intended to throw it, but like a little bit of a fluke. Then it's like stylistically, Bilal Muhammad was always going to be a bad matchup for him because he's a pressure fighter. Leon does not do good on the back foot, and we saw his wrestling, his counter wrestling is a bit suspect, right? So Bilal was always not the best matchup for Leon, and then Bilal losing to JDM. It's one of those where it's just like, I mean, people say Bilal kind of decided to strike, but he did shoot like 10 takedowns. And also JDM's footwork did not allow for Bilal to get his wrestling off as much as he probably would have because JDM was very elusive and he was moving a lot and throwing a lot of knees up the middle and using a lot of kicks and just, using a lot of movement and good footwork. So I think almost like stylistically they were all favorable matchups towards each other. I did not overrate JDM but may have underrated Protest. That's fair. See, the guy who said Protest isn't the most potential. This guy says, to the guy who says Pratis isn't the most potent striker, who is historically better? Okay, that's interesting. Damn, let me scroll down. Strickland hasn't faced an elite grappler. Probably the best he's faced is DDP, who has decent submission grappling. Yeah, and Strickland just got up easily, right? But I don't think Strickland has faced a guy like Hamzat Chimaev. I really don't. And I think it's going to show, bro, sadly. I really do. I really do. Hamzat was more calculated with Armin in the DDP fight. Yeah, I think you're going to see a patient Hamzat, right? It's probably going to be a Hamzat decision, sadly. He subbed him easy in sparring. Low Yao don't think he won't do it in a fight easy. No, I think Hamzat's going to win. I think, though, it's not going to be a sub. Not an easy one, at least. At least not in the first round. But maybe. Maybe it could be. I just think, like, I don't know. It's tough. I feel like there are guys who aren't the best counter wrestlers, like Max Holloway we just saw. I mean, he's obviously a solid counter wrestler, but like when you're facing Oliveira, when you're facing Hamzat, when you're facing Islam, it's like you're going to get taken down, or you're obviously going to get taken down. But a lot of these guys are really good at not getting submitted. We saw that with Drickus, JDM, Holloway, even Yusuf Zalal, if you want to use his fight as an example. So I feel like Strickland will just be kind of the same. He'll just do a good job of just surviving, being safe, kind of just being on the bottom, and just kind of just losing a kind of a boring decision, sadly. It could be a fun fight, but I doubt it. They were all on PEDs, he says. Stream naked to save time. Strickland, Chin's prime, champ, Rockhold. If Strickland KO's Chimaev, I would be so happy. Imagine just like a flying knee or like a kick to the face or something. Imagine if it was like a Chandler versus Ferguson type of KO. Oh my gosh. Would be fire. By the way, Dana agrees. Johnny Hendricks beat GSP and he beat Robbie Lawler after that too. Listen, kid, Dana White does not like GSP. We know this. Well, he actually did not like GSP for some reason, but I want Sean to win, but him saying round 4 or 5 TK already says everything. First off, he doesn't have that long. He doesn't have that long. Chimaev has gotten a better gassing than before. That's another thing, right? I've seen people like, oh, but if Strickland survives the first 2 rounds, then he's going to win. But it's like, we said that about Drickus. Oh, if Drickus survives, then he'll win. It's like, no, Chimaev obviously has improved his grappling. I don't want to glaze Chimaev, but I have to. He's obviously improved his grappling, so I don't know. It does suck, but I might do a video like debunking the narratives of Chimaev versus Strickland or something. I don't know. I haven't done one of those videos since like in like a year. Since like Ilya versus Charles, I think was the last time I did a video like that. Debunking the narratives or whatever the fuck I called it. That'd be solid. Like, what are some of the narratives? Like, obviously, people think like, Chimaev's gas tank sucks. It's obviously not bad anymore. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just glazing Sean. No, I get it, man. I love Sean. I really love Sean. One of Chimaev's rounds against DDP was just holding him against the cage and kneeing the thigh and couldn't advance, and DDP was arguably the least prepared for Chimaev. True. There's a chance, man. There's really a chance. There's really a chance. Sparring is different than real fighting, especially if it was positional drills. True. Yeah, because, like, I mean, him tapping him doesn't really matter, right? Because apparently Yusuf Zalal tapped out Aljo in sparring, right? So it's like, there you go. So that doesn't really, you know. Imagine a tall Habib. I don't know. I had Hendricks. I don't even remember that fight. People glazed Diaz for that half beat. That half beat 1-2 he tagged Edwards with. Pratis did basically something even more impressive versus Gary. Many of us had that performance against him to predict Pratis versus JDM. Many of us held that performance against him. A lot of people did, man, and it kind of annoyed me because it was like, oh, he lost to Gary, therefore how can he beat JDM? It's like I even saw like a MMA guru, shout out to him, the boy, the GOAT. He was like, I don't know, he was using like the Ian Gary fight as like a way to shit on Pratis and say how JDM's gonna, you know, do this to Pratis and blah blah blah. And it's just like, bro, like styles make fights, and like, I don't know. It's fine though. It's just whatever. It's just a prediction. I'm just saying. I think like people kind of disrespected Pratis and Gary by using that fight in the way they did. If Chimaev gets his darts locked in deep, there is no counter. Yeah, true. I mean, maybe he could. Yeah, true. He's cooked. I feel like Chimaev will get his way, but I feel like Chimaev will try to scrap at one point to prove something. That's not a bad point. I think he'd be really dumb too. I think he'd be really stupid too. I think he'd get cooked on the feet. He has really mediocre striking defense, but y'all glazing Sean, but after he loses to Chimaev, Imavov is going to flatline him in the rematch. Mark my words. Y'all glazing Sean, but after he loses to Chimaev, you think Imavov is going to flatline Chimaev? I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's basically what Hamzat almost is, a tall Habib. True, yeah. I mean, you know, stylistically, you know, obviously Hamzat's like a bit longer than Habib, but yeah. I think Hamzat's more of like just a more pure, just he's gonna go for your legs and just, you know, chain wrestler. Whereas like maybe Habib is a bit, but yeah, they're pretty similar. Pereira is training with Strickland. Izzy says Sean can win, and DDP is picking Sean to beat Hamzat. Nice to see Sean's former rivals. That's pretty cool, to be honest. That is pretty cool. Obviously, we do see that a lot where like the people that have lost to the guy. Well, Drickus beat Sean though. He didn't lose to him, but we will see like the former rivals do end up picking the guy that they obviously fought. But I do not see Sean Strickland getting chinned easily. You have to be very clever and explosive. Yeah. Your timing has to be really good. You have to be just, yeah. Imavov is powerful enough and skilled enough to KO Strickland. I disagree. I mean, he could, of course he could, but like, why didn't he, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he KO'd Izzy, right? But then it's like, I don't know, you know, Baralho, decision. Brendan Allen, decision. I don't know. His track record doesn't show me that he could KO, except for the Izzy fight. I'm just not seeing that from him. I don't know. But anything is possible. That was old Chimaev, the one with Darren Till. Till was a bad. What are you saying? His striking? Like, you think his striking has improved or what? Or you're just talking in general? Till was a bad influence on Hamzat. I used to like their dynamic though. When's the Rousey Carano breakdown coming out? Is that next week? I might actually do you know what? I'm probably gonna actually do a video on that next week. I forgot it is next week, but yeah, I'll do it next week, I guess. To be honest, y'all hyping up this fight just for Hamzat to hug Sean. Yeah, I mean, look, it's. The build is great, but like we know what's gonna happen. After Chimaev submits Sean, he'll move up and submit the injured male stripper. Honestly, bro, I'll take it. Kyle has a better chin than Sean. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. Sean hasn't really shown to have a bad chin except the one time he got finished by Alex Pereira. It's like I think Barajo would probably get chinned by Pereira too. I don't know. Like other than that, like Sean has had. I mean, Sean took some good shots from Drickus. Like Izzy didn't really land on him, but he was. I don't know. He's shown to have a good chin. I think. I mean, he fought Cannonier for 25 minutes. He fought like a Mavov for 25 minutes on short notice. He fought Drickus for like how 25 plus 25 would be 50 minutes, almost an hour. He's fought some heavy, punchers in my opinion, and hasn't really been chinned. I mean, Adesanya 25 minutes. I think I already said that. Let me scroll up a little bit. Let me scroll up. It was very weird that people were saying that JDM was going to beat Pratzis based on the Ian Gary fight. It is wild to me. Gary has a way different style than JDM, and Pratzis has massively improved. Exactly. I don't know why they would use that fight to discredit. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Nah, man. And my dog just sneezed. Bless you. It doesn't even make sense. It threw me off. This dog just threw me off. Styles make fights. Nah, man. In the first, he fought Mavov was struggling to hit Sean, and it was a 49-46, and Mavov cheats to get his KOs. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't agree. I don't agree with what's his name that is saying that Mavov would KO Sean. I don't really see that at all. Till did a podcast in Portuguese where he says stuff like, "I loved moving up to." My dog is like, one sec. I think. I'm back. Shh. There's Drickus. My dog wanted some water. But I'm going to get out of here, boys. What are you guys saying? Wait, let me just... What is this guy saying about a Mavov? Nah, it was 48-46. Mo Sean didn't dominate. It was 2023 chill. It actually annoyed me how Bedtime used Ian Gary versus Pratzis to predict how JDM would win. Yeah, Bedtime did that and Guru did that. They both did it in their prediction videos, and it was just like, what are you guys like? Why? I saw Guru did it. I saw Bedtime do it. I don't know what's going on with my dog. I think he has a hairball in his throat. He's choking. The fuck? Anyways, yeah, I saw them like both do that with their predictions. It's like, oh, I saw Ian Gary do this, so therefore, it's like it's fun. It's a prediction, but I'm just saying, like, come on, guys, what are you guys doing? Sorry. When he wants a bra. Okay. Amavo was earlier in his career. In my opinion, his boxing has improved. I mean, I agree, but I still think even an improved Amavov boxing might not be on the level of Sean's elite boxing, in my opinion. Tell your dog I said what's up and give him a treat for me. All right, I got you. After the stream, I'm going to get out of here in a second. Glad JDM Glazers got humbled, to be honest. Tired of him apparently being top 5. I mean, I love JDM. I glazed him as well. I didn't pick him to win, but I glazed him. But, there was an overconfidence from JDM fans. That's the only thing that I'll call out is, like, the overconfidence was kind of crazy. My dog just jumped on my bed. The overconfidence was kind of crazy. But it is what it is. It's a fight, right? Tap on their through their nostrils. Okay. Tap on their throat through their... Tap on... Bedtime's past videos about Pratzis aged like milk. He used to crap on Pratzis, like so crazy. It's actually funny. Bedtime used to crap on Pratzis. He would say like, oh, Pratzis won't even be like a top 10. He'll lose to Gilbert Burns. No joke. He used to say Gilbert Burns would beat Carlos Pratzis and shit. Like, what? I don't know what his beef was with Pratzis. It's kind of poetic that Pratzis destroys JDM while Bedtime is in attendance as well. Apparently, Bedtime was there. It is kind of like poetic in a sense. Styles make fights, recency bias, and poor MMA math. Poor MMA math logic will not fool your mind. Yeah, yeah. A lot of MMA math is used by a lot of people sometimes, and again, I don't want to like shit on nobody, but like I feel like the worst person in terms of predictions right now is MMA Guru. I love him, man. I do love him, but like he it's not even it's not the predictions itself. It's the way he predicts. It's like again, I love him. The GOAT, he's the reason I'm doing this. This is constructive criticism. But he uses so much MMA math when he predicts fights. It's not even funny. It's like, well, I saw this fighter lose to this fighter, and I think this fighter would beat this fighter, so therefore this fighter will not beat this fighter. It's like, that's just, look, sometimes I use MMA math, but like for the most part, I just break it down stylistically because that's what you're supposed to do. Because styles make fights. That's why they always say styles make fights. And look, my predictions kind of suck too this year. I'm kind of like 50-50 this year. Like I'm half right, half wrong. But I mean, come on, bro. The MMA math is like crazy. Process was always a stylistic nightmare for JDM. I agree. The low kicks, especially once you saw the Islam fight, like the Islam fight really did help with my prediction as well, obviously, because like the calf kicks that Islam threw, and I think Process is a much better calf kicker than Islam, no shit. So it's just like that obviously played into my prediction too. Gary's a better stylistic matchup. I agree. He's more elusive on the back foot. He uses his range better. And he mixed in grappling. I'm picking Peter Yan to flatline Merab. I don't know if he'll flatline him, but I think he'll finish Merab in a rematch. I agree with you. Or in a trilogy, I guess. Sorry. He was considering picking Magny against Process. Who, Bedtime? Or Guru? I mean, I know Magny's like crafty, but like, come on, bro. It gets to a point. Money Manziel is missing a lot of main events too. Shout out to Money Manziel, actually. I just subscribed to him like 2 weeks ago or like a week ago. He's I don't really watch him that much, but you know, I've heard great things. So shout out to him, the boy. I think Lucas Tracy's under Guru on the prediction tracker. Damn, he's worse than Guru. Well, Lucas, I feel like he doesn't take nothing serious no more though. Like, to be fair, like that's not to like glaze him or anything, cause like, but he's just lazy now. Like he literally did a video predicting every fight night main event. That's literally like what he did. Like he literally just did all his main event predictions in one video. Like that's, no offense, that's lazy. I know he has a life and everything, but that's pretty fucking lazy. So I don't know if he really cares that much. Lucas Tracy picks fights based off aura. Yeah. Lucas is, I love him, but like he's kind of, MMA math can work if you actually take styles into account. Otherwise, you're just looking for a reason to justify. Yeah, true. I agree. Guru would go against his own picks last minute. Well, he does do this thing where it's like, and I was gonna pick this guy too. I should have picked this guy. Oh, Chad, I was gonna pick this guy. It's like, yeah, sure you were, buddy. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. No, maybe he was. I know he said like, oh, I was gonna pick Process, but it's like, sure you were. I doubt he was ever gonna pick Process because JDM's his boy. He picked JDM to beat Islam. He picked JDM to beat Bilal. He's been glazing JDM longer than Bedtime's been glazing JDM. So like, I don't know. He's a pretty heavily JDM glazer, so I doubt that he was ever gonna, you know. Guru picks the fighters he likes more. Yeah. You know what? You're right. He'll pick the fighter that he likes more, and then like he'll then like come up with reasons as to why his prediction is correct. If that makes sense. Like he'll come up with reasons as to why his prediction is like correct, I guess. Like I'm gonna pick this guy. And now I have to come up with reasons as to why I'm going to pick this guy almost. Rather than coming up with the reasons first, then choosing your pick off of that. If that makes sense. I know that was really convoluted and weird, but Bedtime was thinking about picking Magny to be... Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't get it. I still love Lucas's videos. He's awesome, man. He's awesome. You still live? Yeah, I'm about to end in a second. Lucas Tracy's GOAT placement of Peter Yan aged like wine, though. That is true. Some of his takes don't age too badly. I still wish Pantoja would rematch Van this week instead of Taira. Yeah, I miss Pantoja, low-key. I really do. But he's almost ready. Do a Shay versus bedtime poll in chat. Just let me know in chat. I'm not going to do a poll. Just let me know Shay or bedtime before we get out of here. Then I'm going to leave. I was surprised by the people who picked JDM to beat Islam. Yeah, I picked him to beat Islam too, so I'm pretty retarded. You're right. I mean, you in hindsight, it's like, yeah, what were we thinking? But it's just we get into the hype too much, and yeah, I picked him to beat Islam too. So there you go. I'm 2-1 on JDM predictions. I picked him to beat Islam. I picked him to beat. I picked him to lose to Protest, and I picked him to beat Bilal. So I was 2-1. Well, yeah, on JDM fight predictions, I'm 2-1. Anyways, bedtime Shay, neither. I don't watch either. I only watch base people, not including Joey though. Okay, so it's split, guys. It's split. It's split. It's split. It's a tie. Who would I say? I used to say Shay, but I find myself watching bedtime the most out of most MMA YouTubers, which is crazy to say because I used to, and again, this is like obviously no hate at all because I watch him the most, but I used to watch him the least out of the big ones. Like obviously I watch Bromo a lot and Horse Beef I watch a lot, but I'm saying like out of the big ones, I used to watch like Shay the most or whatever, or Guru the most, but now I find myself watching bedtime the most. Oh, you meant in a fight? Oh, in a fight? I guess like probably Shay. I don't know. I got Shay. Probably Shay. He seems like he has good IQ. But as YouTuber, Shay cracks me up. He's pretty funny. I'm going to root for Pantoja against Van. Same. Unless the Myanmar fans are here. And then full rep Tiger predictions. And that's the stream, boys. MMA Friction is really good. I'll screenshot that. I'll check him out. And if I got... Actually, I'll just search him up now. Let's see. What's his name? MMA Friction. Let's check him out before I get out of here. I'm going to go. It's getting late. MMA Friction. There you go. I've seen his thumbnails before. That's the stream. Love you, boys. Why does Bromo not like Guru? I like them both. He likes Guru. I just think he's like open to... I think he's more willing to call out Guru more than probably I am or other smaller YouTubers. He doesn't mind calling him out, I feel like. Good night, boys, though. Good night, boys. W stream. Love you, boys. God bless you, boys. This was a good stream. I appreciate all the boys that stopped by to give me the time of their day or to talk to me at all. I mean, I'm just some guy from Alabama. I'm not from Alabama, but close enough. But I appreciate you, boys. God bless you, boys. Thank you for the donos. Love you, boys. God bless you, boys. I already said that like 5 times. Peace. Christ is King. Love you guys so much. I love you guys. For you fucking guys. Hopefully Strickland wins. And also, be on the lookout for maybe my prediction video coming tonight or tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to record it.